I now call the Iberia Parish Council meeting to order. The date is April 9th, 2025. The time is 6:04 p.m. We have the prayer by Councilman Brian Napier and the pledge by Councilman Marcus Broussard. Mr. Napier.
In the name of the Father, Son, Holy Spirit, amen. Do the Lord's Prayer. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Amen.
Mr. Broussard.
Everyone face the flag, please. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, roll call, Madam Clerk.
Francis Pollard.
Here.
Michael Landry.
Here.
Marcus Broussard. Lloyd Brown.
Here.
Warren Gotchison.
Here.
Natalie Broussard. Dustin Swear. James Trahan.
Here.
Scott Ronsonet.
Here.
Brock Pellerin.
Here.
Brian Napier.
Here.
Lady Fontaine Brown. Cameron Capel. Chad Macheran.
All right, we have 9 members in a quorum. And we're going to council member announcements. Do we have any? Mr. Warren Gotchison.
Change it up there for me, ladies. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Appreciate the acknowledgement. Mr. Chairman, I'd like to invite the community out this Saturday. My daughter's hosting her annual lemonade stand to benefit the Iberia Health Initiative. Just inviting everybody to come out. Mr. Tron's cooking. We got fried fish, jambalaya, red beans, pork fingers, and plenty of amenities for kids and family to come out and enjoy. Everything's free, and donations are encouraged for a good organization. So I encourage everybody to join us. I yield back, Mr. Chairman.
All right, thank you, Mr. Gotchison. Next, we have Council Lady Natalie Broussard.
Yeah, I just wanted to let the council and the community know that CERT attended the Louisiana Lieutenant Governor's Summit on Volunteer and Disaster Services that was conducted at the Capitol Park Museum on Wednesday, April 2nd. Annie Bell and I attended it. It was well attended with over 100 participants representing over 60 agencies in the state and going over disaster response and what we need and what we can do to improve it. I also have to give a shout out to the Department of DOTD because I am a woman driver and I did kind of hit a curb and have a blowout on the Mississippi River Bridge.
Thank God it
And
wasn't in Iberia Parish.
it was not in Iberia Parish, and they came and rescued me and changed my tires. So shout out to DOTD, Vehicle Assistance Department. So. Oh, I was on the bridge.
You was on the bridge.
On the bridge.
Wow.
Yep, on the bridge.
That's a serious
The
place to
blowout
be.
was not on, I mean, the curb was not on the bridge. The curb was before the bridge. I yield.
Ms. Broussard yields back. Next, we have Councilman Brock Pellerin.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Yeah, I just want to let the council members know that last Friday I had the opportunity to get in a vehicle with Mr. Bo and our new director at the permit office and ride around my district. I encourage all the council members, if you can, make opportunity to get our director with you and ride around your district, familiarize her with the area. You know, she's not from around here, but we had a very good ride around the district, and you know, she learned a lot from that ride. So I encourage everyone to reach out to her and maybe ride around your district with her.
Did she accommodate you?
Huh?
Did she accommodate you well?
Bo did.
Oh, both did?
Bo did the chauffeur, the driving around for us.
Okay.
But she was very very good,
Okay, good. That's what I want to hear.
very hopeful. I yield back.
All right, Mr. Pellerin yields back. Next, we have Councilwoman Lady Fontaine Brown.
Yeah, so I want to announce that this is Love the Boot Week, and the Railroad Avenue Historic Cultural District in Jeanerette is hosting a clean up on Saturday, April 12th from 8 to 11, and that's going to be in the Historic Cultural District that was designated last year. Thank you. I yield back.
All
So can I bring as many pairs of boots as I want?
Boots on the ground and your fans.
Oh.
Fans.
Let the record reflect that Lady Fonda Brown's in our attendance, please. You yield back, Lady Brown?
Yes.
All right. All right. Seeing none, we'll go on to parish president announcements.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Litter abatement took place on Saturday, March the 29th. A total of 6 people participated. From 8 in the morning to 12 noon, they picked up 80 bags of trash. It was collected around Livingston, Romero Road, and also Hazard. Of course, when you're talking about bags of trash, you're talking about the mattress and everything else that goes along with it, the wood and whatever. March the 26th through April the 8th, the Public Works Department completed several tasks, which included culvert cleaning, debris pickup, road patching, road repair, side booming, and other work, as you can see detailed on the screen, along with the district where the work was performed. As you can clearly see here, we got a lot of activities going on with the Public Works Department. From March the 27th to March the 29th, I attended the NACO Gulf States County Parish Caucus Symposium in Lafourche Parish. The event brought together Gulf Coast leaders to discuss shared challenges and opportunities around the coastal resistance, and also energy infrastructure and regional economic development. This session covered everything from disaster response to land loss and workforce development and federal funding. It was a very, very good meetings and sessions. We had a lot that took place right there. This is something that goes on in other states, and this is the very first time it came to Louisiana since I've been involved in it. And as you can see, it was very well attended. I'm going to give you a little bit of an update on Lewis Street project improvements. We have a few updates on the road improvements across the parish. But at any rate, for the Lewis Street improvements, 6 soil sample borings were completed the week of March 18th, and we expect the final report recommendations by April the 11th. Bayreuth and Habits has thoroughly inspected the street and identified areas that may need patching. At the request of a council member, they also evaluated the pipings crossing underneath the road. There are 8 in total: 1 concrete, 2 plastic, and 5 metal culverts that's going across that particular road. Bayreuth and Habits recommended that Public Works inspect the metal pipes to determine if they need to be replaced. So Public Works is actually doing it as we speak. Another note is that the pipe replacement is not included in the original budget that we have for this particular project, just so y'all will know that. Project's drawing are currently about 65% completed, and we expect to have the bid package ready for May 14th. So we're moving forward with the Lewis Street. Warren.
Well, I do have a question for you, if I can. I did ask Matt on that. Did he give you maybe a cost analysis on that? I think that we talked about the 82,000. Did we replace those, Gene? Do y'all know?
We replaced one since I'm here for sure. That's new. And I think that replaced one, but 4 years ago.
Well, we didn't replace them with the 82,000, right?
No, we did asphalt coated targeted.
Okay. I just want to make sure, and I know Mr. Richard's on this, I just want to make sure that at the end of the day, we're spending all this money. Let's make sure the integrity's there so that
Exactly.
we don't waste money. And I'd asked
Exactly.
Matt if they could get just a cost analysis on that AU 2000, because I know it's going to be expensive, but I know it's, the longevity is there
But we
with
have
the
to do it,
road.
because if we're redoing the roads and the pipe needs to be replaced, we got to replace them. Okay, the next thing, for the parish-wide road improvement, the road tax that was actually passed, the request for proposal for technical services was issued on March the 21st, with the proposals due back on April the 30th. We expect to receive field data and recommendations by July the 18th. Bayreuth and Habits update the road list to include C. Romero Road, Jack Brooks Road, Monat Road, John Road, L. Dubois Road, General Patton Street, General Millington Street, General Collins Street, General Bradley, and Swallow Road. Inspections have been done and completed on C. Romero, Jack Brooks, and John Road, and also a part of L. Dubois. This is, we starting to get the road stuff in order, as you can clearly see. As inspections are completed, design work will begin for each road. The target dates to finalize this bid is in August the 31st. So a lot of people are calling and talking about the roads. You know, this tax passed on the 27th of last year, and I know it's a long time, seems like. But when you're dealing with this government, I don't think we got our first check until probably October. September, I think it was September. No, it wasn't August, because it's just passed on July the 27th.
Of March.
April 27th. Anyway, so we went out and I think we started doing our bonding in October, if I'm not mistaken.
October.
So we had everything squared away, but right now we're moving forward. The things are starting to move a bit quicker. We have all three companies working. They have all done their assessments and they're turning in everything to Michael Broussard. So now they're ready to go off the bid package, and we hope go off a bid. So we hope we can get this thing taken care of really soon. The the Louisiana legislature begin their regular session on Monday, the 14th. Look for that to be an interesting little session. I don't think it's going to be any different than what we had over the last 20 plus years I've been doing this. It's always seemed like it's going to be tough when they start, but they always work through it and they make things work. And I don't expect anything different this time from what we've seen every year since we have all been here. In addition to that, I'm proud to announce that the Acadiana Regional Airport has been selected by the Greater Iberia Chamber of Commerce to receive a Business Impact Award. This award will be presented at the Chamber of Commerce banquet on April the 24th. The airport continued to be a major drive in growth in our parish, as everyone knows. With increased activity, new investment, and expanding business operations, as I've said before, the airport is a jewel. It's just needed some polishing. Thanks to the hard work of the Iberia Parish Council, the Director Mo Sanji, his dedicated staff, the Airport Commission, and my administrative staff, that jewel is now starting to shine. These efforts are helping to attract new business, create jobs, boost our local economy, and I want to personally thank them for the commitment. When I'm saying them, I'm including y'all. Yeah. And give y'all a big congratulations on a job well done. We're moving well at the airport. Household Waste Day is going to be held on May the 3rd from 9 in the morning to 12 noon in the back parking lot behind the courthouse. This event is for everyone in Iberia Parish as far as residents are concerned, but you have to have your ID. We will be checking the IDs. A detailed list of items that will be or will not be accepted is available on our website and on our Facebook. We do need volunteers for this event. If you're available, please contact Cindy Provost and sign up. Iberia Parish government is currently hiring several positions, as you can see. I'm not going to list or name the positions because I do it seem like every week or every other week, but we are hiring. We're getting some good talent. People are starting to come to work here. We have a lot of work going on in this parish. The parish is, as far as I'm concerned, doing extremely good from where we come from. We're really doing good. So I want to commend the council one more time for everything that you guys are doing. We're really moving in the right direction in my mind. And the last thing I'm going to mention is the Iberia Parish Government website. Please, if you know of anything that need to be changed on that website, just let us know, and we'll try to get to it and make those changes quickly. Any questions from anyone?
Like we have one from Councilman Marcus Broussard.
Yeah, not necessarily a question, just a statement. If, litter abatement, dumping, illegal dumping, I guess, maybe correct me if I'm wrong, the first thing I would do if I see someone dumping is to try to take pictures, try to catch them. Second thing I would do is call the sheriff. So don't go to TikTok, Twitter, Facebook, or anything. Go straight to the, try to get pictures. If you can't because you missed it, send the sheriff a phone call and then call Public Works. Is that the
Exactly.
right process? Because
that's exactly what I would
because sometimes people kind of, have you seen this? Have you seen people do this? Let's not do that. Let's go to the authorities, log the phone call down, try to take pictures, and go about it the right way, and call Public Works right after.
Right. We actually
no matter what street it's on. Yep.
We actually posted some stuff on Facebook, I guess, a week ago, and Joe called and told me that someone had made a comment that they have a video of someone doing some illegal dumping. So she's trying to reach out to that particular person right now. I made the sheriff department aware of what's going on. So I just want to put it out there. Things have gone on in the past that, perhaps shouldn't have, but I can tell you right now, you know, we're trying to enforce what it is that we need to enforce in Iberia Parish. We have a lot of people looking to move here. We have a lot of people looking to move here. I'm not talking businesses now, residents. And we want to get this parish where it need to be. The council, as you know, on the agenda tonight, y'all looking to give even more money to do certain things as far as cleaning up, abatements, and we're taking it very, very serious. What most people don't understand when they hear me say something or post something about whatever I'm posting, those laws that I'm trying to enforce come from you. Y'all are one passing the law. It's your ordinance.
Yeah.
I'm simply trying to enforce it. So they throwing things and they saying things, but at the end of the day, y'all are doing a great job. So keep passing, making the ordinance that you're passing, and I'm going to continue to try to enforce them. So thank all of you.
Mr. Broussard?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you.
Mr. Broussard, you was back. Next, we have Councilman Brock Pellerin.
Yeah. Larry, is it possible to get Joe to put something on social media or a press release or something concerning the roads and where we stand with it and, you know, the process we've
Yeah.
done? I know the city did something and
Yeah.
it got a lot of traction.
Right. So just so you know, at the next parish council meeting, she already started working on it. Bo actually put together a spreadsheet that I'm going to be, I think you guys may have the little spreadsheet right now, but next week we're going to come here, we're going to talk in detail about what's going on with those roads. And yes, it will be on the website and on Facebook.
I mean, I know I'm not the only one, but everybody's getting phone calls about it.
I bet we are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'd be nice
Deservingly
just
so, yeah.
Just to release something, you know, let them know.
Thank you, appreciate it. She will. Joe, you got that? She'll take care of it tomorrow.
Thank you.
All right, you back.
See how service work when you started getting the right people in place?
All right, seeing no other questions, I need a motion to go into public comments. I have a motion by Scott Ronsonet, a second by Warren Gosherson. Please vote your machines to go into public session. All right, that motion carries. We are now in the public session. Public comments. Item number 1, Madam Clerk.
Comments from the general public on agenda items.
Seeing and hearing none. Item number 2, Madam Clerk.
Persons being considered for appointments to parish boards, commissions to address the council.
All right, we have one by Mr. James Holloman, who is applying for Spanish Lake Gaming Commission. Can you step up to the mic, Mr. Holloman? Please give us your name and address for the record, please, sir.
James Holloman, 3512 West Old Spanish Trail, New Iberia.
All right, sir, you want to,
Yeah, I've been a lifelong resident of the parish and live right near Spanish Lake, grew up there, been there all my life, and I'd like to see some good things happen to the lake. Interested in just filling the slot that may be open on the commission.
all right. We have any questions for Mr. Holloman, anybody?
I have a comment.
Parish President has one, Mr.
I have a
Holloman?
comment.
Comment?
I don't typically get involved when the council start to appoint people to boards and commissions. Of course, you know, I can't veto or do anything about it. But I've been knowing Mr. Holloman for since I'm going to say 40 years. I've been with a long, long time ago. And of course, he's the owner of Cardinal. And I'm actually thrilled that we have someone of his capacity to come here and put his name in to be on a board or commission that we have in Iberia Parish. And I'm done with that, because like I said, I don't normally say anything like that, but I wanted to make sure that we understand what type of person that we're looking at, the type of capacity and involvement that he's been having in his life career, that's willing to do some things give back to Iberia Parish. So with that, I'm pretty much done.
Right. Thank you, Mr. Holloman. Thank you for willing to serve. All right, I need a vote to go back into regular session. I have a motion by Mr. Warren Gosherson, second by Natalie Broussard. Please vote your machines, go back in regular session. All right, that carries. We are now back into regular session. Community events and public service announcements, number 1, Madam Clerk.
Iberia Parish Clerk of the Council, Carrie D. Terry, to address the council regarding her attendance at Louisiana Police Jury Association and participation in Leadership Iberia class.
All right, Ms. Carey, step up to the mic, please. Give us your name and title, please.
Hi, my name is Carrie Terry. I'm the clerk of the council for Iberia Parish Council. I would like to say that I'm very thankful that the council allowed me to attend the 2025 Leadership Iberia class of 27. This is the 27th class that the Chamber of Commerce sponsored, the 27th class. So I want to say that I'm thankful for being allowed to attend Iberia leadership class. I've been given the opportunity to meet a great group of people and share new ideas with these people. On February 5th through the 6th, I attended a retreat with Leadership Iberia class at the Lumen Christi Retreat Center. We learned to be building teams to achieve certain goals in a society. This was very helpful. It'll be very helpful in everything we do for the parish. For the month of March, Leadership Iberia class met at Parks and Recreation, where we conducted team building games and were divided into 4 groups. We were given tools to build a project and was required to communicate with another group to achieve the same results. Also attending Leadership Iberia class from Iberia Parish Government are Councilman Michael Landry and Homeland Security Director Brandon Miguez. Secondly, I would like to thank the council for allowing myself and my assistant clerk to attend the Police Jury Association conference that was held in Baton Rouge, February 12th through the 14th. Also in attendance at the conference were council members Michael Landry, James Tronhall, Brock Pellerin, Lady Fontenay Brown, and Cayman Crapel.
Lady Red.
I was able to snatch a few pictures, so.
There we go.
We attended several presentations and obtained useful information and contacts from presentations that will be beneficial in our everyday work for the parish. During the conference, Janice and I had the opportunity to attend the Organization of Parish Administration Officials Luncheon. We had the opportunity to meet other council clerks from different areas of Louisiana, and I also met St. Mary Parish's clerk of the council, Lisa Morgan, who I've had the opportunity to contact on several occasions to discuss various topics. And I would just like to thank y'all for allowing us to attend these events.
Right.
Thank y'all.
We have a question, Ms. Carey, by Councilman Warren Gusherson.
Miss Carey, this is your first time coming to the podium on the well and speak, so we usually do some kind of goofy questions that we ask, Miss Carey.
Okay.
It's good to see you on that side of the podium. Miss Carey, can you tell us who these 2 lovely ladies are right here, just for the record? Because you'll never smile as good when you're on this side of the podium. So I just want to make for sure on the record that this is not AI or Photoshop, correct?
And on the right is Miss Janice Trahan. She's my assistant clerk.
I just want to say for the record, Mr. Chairman.
She's very helpful in all of our everyday duties. Yeah,
I just want to say
she's
this
my
for the
right
record.
hand.
Y'all have grown into these positions. I know it was a bit scary at first having 2 new clerks coming in, but I tell you, I have full confidence in what y'all doing, and to see that you're taking these extracurricular activities and going out there, meeting your
Yeah.
colleagues from around the different parishes. This shows your commitment to us, and
Yeah.
I'm deeply appreciative of what y'all brought to this table. So
Very good.
kudos to both of y'all. Thank you. You're back,
Thank
Mr.
you.
Chairman.
Ms. Gusherson, you was back. Yeah, I want to thank you, all of y'all, Miss Janice, Miss D, Carrie. Y'all do a wonderful job in the back right here. A lot of people don't see what y'all do, but I know what y'all do. And sometimes it's not easy, but y'all do a wonderful job. I want to thank y'all.
You're very welcome, and we will continue to fulfill our obligations to the parish.
Take more pictures next time.
Okay, we'll try. Okay,
All right,
you're
we have
welcome.
another question by Councilman Michael Landry.
I want to know why Larry was the only outsider, y'all, and Lady Brown. That pictures. What happened to the rest of us?
Well,
Well, if you remember, if I can, Mr. Chairman.
I didn't ask you that question.
All right, yes, President.
No, I'm good. I'm good.
well,
I had my.
I'll try
red
better
on,
next
too.
time to get more pictures.
I'm good.
You back, Mr. Landry? All right, seeing no further questions, thank you, Ms. Carey.
You're welcome. Thank y'all.
Karen.
All right.
Thanks, you're welcome.
Next, we go into reports, finance and administrative action. There's none. Next will be reports, parish or other governmental agencies. Item number 1, Madam Clerk.
Ms. Dion Viator, CEO of Iberia Medical Center, to discuss audit of financial statements of Hospital Service District Number 1 of Iberia Parish.
Welcome, Ms. Viator. How you doing?
Welcome. Thank you for having me today,
right.
Chairman and Council. Thank you, Carrie, for putting that slide presentation together. And before I start, I want to recognize Eugene Saunier. Did he just step out of here? Okay. Our newest board member that you've appointed, Eugene Saunier, is here to support us as well tonight, and just wanted to make sure he was recognized. I'm here with Amy Longlinay, the hospital's chief financial officer, to present our audited financial statements. Our year end is September 30th. It takes some little while to close the books, have the auditors come in and do that report. And I want to share with you a few things about our audit. Then I'll talk about a few things that we're doing currently, and then a short comments about some things we're focused on for the future. So this slide just shows you, it's a slide that our auditors came in and presented to our hospital board about the things that they do. They come in and they look at all of our accounting policies, they compare it to industry practice, they look at all of our accounting treatments and make sure that we're using generally accepted accounting principles. They look at all of our financial statement disclosures for completeness and accuracy, and all of our accounting estimates and the methods we use to do that. They found no audit adjustments and no internal control findings is the bottom line. A lot of good work. This is a trend. I apologize for how small it is. This is a trend that the auditors presented to the Hospital Board of Trustees from 2020 to 2024. And I put blue stars in a couple of different areas here. In the current assets, the cash and short-term investments, the hospital has $35 million in cash and short-term investments. That's about 120 days of operation, 120 days cash on hand. We've made some significant strides in building our cash over the year. Each time with our profits, we work with our board to take about half of our profits and put that in capital improvements, and the other half to save in our cash reserves. So doing well there. The other star that I have here is long-term debt, and you can see that over the 5 years we've reduced that significantly. We pay down all of our debt as we should, but we also expire to hold debt issuance in 2024. That's helping the hospital's strength on the balance sheet as well. Moving to the income statement of the hospital, to the far right is the 2024 year. Our revenue is about $135 million in revenue for the year. That's about $11 million a month, and we spend about half of that money. The second blue star is on salaries and wages. Our salaries have grown over the years as our revenue has, but we're a service industry, so we need to match our workforce with the patients that we serve. And we're now up to 828 employees, which is a significant growth over time. And overall, just information about the hospital, it takes in general about $340,000 a day, every day of the week to operate the hospital. So we have a lot of resources we try to make the best of. Overall, in 2024, we had a very good year. We had a net profit of $8,971,000. Now, that's not a bottom line, that's all recurring events. So I have the next slide here to show you that we had a bottom line of $8,970,000. But part of that was our PERS retirement plan had a favorable adjustment. So when the investments of the PERS plan goes up or down, we make sure we show that separately because we hold ourselves to making sure that operations is profitable without any of these funny one-time adjustments that go through. The next is we received a $3.9 million CMS one-time reimbursement where CMS had underpaid us for many years. We addressed that and finally got resolution to that issue. And then the tornado insurance reimbursement that is not a part of our normal operations. So if you look at from normal operations, we had about a $1.6 million bottom line, which is consistent with what we've done over the last couple of years. Just wanted to show you a trend of our total revenue. You can see that as the hospital has acquired the North Campus at the end of 2016 in 2017, we have doubled in size from a revenue perspective. Our expenses have also doubled in size from that perspective. Just a high-level overview, we've been profitable every year in the past 26 years, except for the 1 year that Iberia Medical Center bought the North Campus. Building up the staff, going through the licensing process and the repairs and maintenance that needed to happen to open that. There was a 1 year loss, but immediately in the following year back to profitability. So managing those assets carefully. Our profit averages over just $1 million a year from normal operations. I've already talked about our revenue, that half of that we spend on wages. Supplies are about another 21%. The remainder of the expenses are more fixed costs that we have with a lot of repairs and maintenance and utilities, depreciation expense and other things. Medicare and Medicaid funding, I wanted to bring a point to, as if you're talking about our financial overview and where we are right now. I'm sure a lot of you hear Medicare and Medicaid funding. You hear at the state and federal level there's a lot of uncertainty. We're watching that very closely. But as you hear about that in the news, I just want to let you know that that's about 75% of our revenue at the hospital. We have about 30% of our patients are on Medicaid, have Medicaid insurance, and about 45% have Medicare insurance. Medicare is for over 65, and Medicaid is for those that need assistance financially. Now I want to move on from the audit, if there's no questions about the audit, to Tana Burley and I came to introduce Dr. Steve Morgan to you. First of all, thank you, Tommy Pollard, for introducing us to Dr. Morgan. Dr. Morgan is our new medical director of our emergency room. You want to come stand up here with me? He's lives in St. Martinville, board certified in emergency medicine, EMS fellowship trained. Over his career, he's had multiple roles as an assistant medical director of emergency rooms, and most recently worked within the Willis-Knighton Health System in one of their emergency rooms. So a lot of experience, but so glad to have him come back home. He has a passion for hunting, fishing, and his son. But what I've learned even more than that in the few days he just started last week is he's passionate about our community. So as we talk about what we want to do for our community, he and I can just about finish each other's sentences. So I have a bright outlook for our emergency room and all of the things that we're doing there, but wanted to introduce you to Dr. Morgan, and I know we're going to do some great things. And while I was talking about the emergency room, I wanted to share a couple of things. It's a very busy emergency room, and this is kind of our trend of the number of visits that we've seen in our emergency room in the last 10 years. You can see that we're currently in the 25 estimated to have about 47,000 emergency room visits. That is about 130 patients every day. You see that we had in 20 and 21 a little drop in our emergency room visits. That was COVID. That was when we had fewer patients, but we had very, very sick patients, and we didn't have the capacity to get more patients through the emergency room. That way, with your assistance, in our fiscal year 21, December of 21, we opened the emergency room at the North Campus, and you can see that we immediately were able to begin accommodating more visits that were needed in our community. So a lot of good work and a lot of patients of our community getting great care here in the emergency room. We also track very carefully our emergency room patient experience. And you can see as we've expanded with the North Campus and as we've worked moving forward, this is a trend for the last 10 years, a national ranking from Press Ganey comparing us to hospitals across the nation. And in the last 4 years, we've been between the 75th and 87th percentile. That means we're in the top 25% of hospitals across the nation in the Press Ganey database for our service and experience in the emergency room. So we're proud of that, but our goal is also the top 10%. So I know with our new leadership in that area, I know he's going to accept that challenge, he and Tana as well. But just wanted to also step back and say if there was one thing I wanted you to know tonight about our emergency room, not just our new medical director, but one of the things I'm proudest of, and you as a council and the community, something that's important. We've talked before about this multi-million-dollar investment that we've made in our new cath lab. But what I haven't explained is most of that all starts in the emergency room. Our emergency room physicians identify when there's an issue, and a STEMI is a heart attack, but one of the worst types of heart attacks that you can have. That really is, if not treated quickly, within 90 minutes as a best practice, you begin to lose heart muscle. So the emergency room identifies that. We have 24/7, 365 coverage of this equipment and physicians so that you can be brought immediately, and we consistently exceed that 90 minutes here in this community. And because we are very good at our STEMI heart attack door to device time, I wanted to show you Region 4. This is some slides off of the website of the Louisiana Emergency Response Network. This is a statewide network that designates whether or not you are a hospital that can accept these STEMI heart attack patients and that you do it well. They review every time we have a patient show up with a STEMI, this board reviews it and grades us every single quarter. So if you can see in Region 4 here, I have starred the only receiving centers in our entire region that can achieve this goal of 90 minutes or less is Lourdes, Iberia Medical Center, Lafayette General, Opelousas, and a second location of Lourdes. So it is in our entire region, this service is not available at all of these other emergency rooms. And if you look to the left, I added Region 3 on there because in Region 3, Terrebonne and Thibodaux are the only two. So if you look at our entire area, yes, we have Lafayette services. We have Terrebonne, Thibodaux on one side. And other than that, there really is no close alternative. So the importance of this emergency room, this accessibility, this talented group in our emergency room, as well as this piece of equipment and the physicians there, we're doing some good work. Thank you for supporting us. This is also something last month, the Iberia Medical Center won the award, safety award. Louisiana Hospital Association awards 3 hospitals a year with a Safety Star award. We won it in 2022. We won it in 2023, and we just received it for calendar year 2024. So each year, only 3 hospitals got it, and we were one of those 3 each of the years. So very proud of that as well. You are safe in our care as recognized by our state association. So that's enough about the past. I want to talk a little bit about what we're focused on for our future. And physician recruitment is one of our primary initiatives here. We are looking to grow the community and family practice, internal medicine, OBGYN, and medical oncology. So these are some areas we're focused in other areas as well, but these are the goals that we have to add at least 2 more primary care physicians every year into the community over the next few years. These are 2 physicians that have already signed contracts to come join us. We have a new general surgeon coming to join Dr. O'Brien and Dr. York in their practice. This is Dr. Frankie Izzieri. He'll be joining us in August of 25. So looking forward to working with him. And then we have a family medicine physician, George Reese, born and raised in Opelousas, but choosing to come here and live in New Iberia with us. He'll join us as he finishes his training in 2026. So we'll keep working on that. We're also focused on the continued expansion of the North Campus. Many of you toured that with us a couple of months ago, but that was just the building side of it. What we're working on right now is the policies, equipping it, and moving forward with all the other things it takes to move a building from the construction phase to the licensing and operating. It's probably at least 9 to 12 months before we're opening these additional beds on that campus, but I will keep you posted on that. And then this is a cool initiative that I wanted to share with you. At a Rotary meeting, we had Heath Hewlin speak, and Lisa Landry with Iberia Medical Center, our marketing director, and Dr. Moses Chitakuli are both members of Rotary. Heath was talking about the problem that they were having with students and vaping. So immediately, Dr. Chitakuli, if you know him at all, he perked up. He is such a proponent of healthy lungs. And Lisa Landry, they said the hospital has a role in this. We're going to do something. So Dr. Chitakuli and Lisa Landry got together, and we have developed a program under Heath's leadership and inspiration where we escape the vape. And so we have an engagement where Dr. Chitakuli will be speaking to first all of the parents and educators in the Nish Auditorium May 1st. And then we'll continue to have a campaign throughout the school year with the parish and the school. It really surprised me, the initiative and the passion. But when Dr. Chitakuli heard that vaping was in grades starting maybe 3rd grade, that education has to start that young as well. So looking forward to moving forward with that. Any questions?
Anybody has any questions? I have one by Councilman Brian Napier.
Ms. Dion, when you come loaded. I mean, it's so refreshing to hear all the good things. And you're right, we toured that a couple months at the North Campus. But look, hats off to you. I know when I first came in 2016, it wasn't like that to me. But now, you don't have nothing, no animosity out there, nothing, no things you could share with us that y'all might not be agreeing on. We don't always agree here, but I'm telling you, that is so refreshing to have you come up here with your team and tell us all the good things. One question, are we finished with all the tornado damage? Is that complete?
We are completed with all of the tornado damage. We've wrapped that up, but for We have one area of the medical office building that is an unrented space right now, so we're holding that back so that as we have the next tenant that comes in the building, we can customize that a little bit for them rather than just rebuilding the way it was. The dollars have been allocated, and that's being set aside purposefully. But other than that, we're back.
Very good, very good. So, look, from me, hats off to you and your team. Thank you, and keep bringing in some good news.
Thank you.
It's very good to hear. Thank you so much.
And let me throw the thank you right back at you, because this council has a very important role in appointing our board members. And you have appointed board members that are engaged, and they're truly leading our organization with a community focus and very supportive. We challenge each other, they make us better, but as a team, and it's working very well.
Very good, very good. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Napier yields back. Next, we have Councilman Scott Ronson.
I just wanted to comment on the STEMI. For those of y'all that don't know, I had a heart attack when I was younger, right? And I know I walked into a hospital that had the 90 minutes or less rating. And that's big because not only do you walk in there and get good care, but when I walked out, I went and I did the test and I didn't have any heart damage. And it allowed me to go back to work and basically back to life in 3 weeks. So that's really big to have that right there.
You have it right here at home.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Ronson yields back. Next, we have Councilman Warren Gosherson.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Ms. Dion, welcome back again. Good to see you as always. I guess my question is like the concern of every entity across the state. What is your budget outlook in 2026? Have you phased out of the ARPA funding from the federal government completely in 26, and now the numbers that we should see should still be about that highlighted line item or close to?
Yeah, so we have phased that out, and so we're not dependent on any ARPA funding. We look at some of the tariffs like you do and see how that'll impact us. Many of our contracts are long-term, and we have fixed pricing that is guaranteed regardless of some of the tariffs. If it lasts too long and those contracts need to be renewed, I'm sure those prices will increase upon contract renewal. But right now, we feel pretty protected unless there is any new equipment that might be coming from overseas that may need to be purchased for like the North Campus or other things. So the timing of this, needing to be short-term versus long-term, is important, but I think we're well positioned going into this right now. Our
you
biggest,
the second question I had as far as the tariff. I knew at some point I knew y'all had a game plan. I just think, you know, looking at the preparedness that you have as far as not living with the funding of ARPA, we all going to have some shelf shock right here in this chamber, because that ARPA funding did a lot for us, did a lot of infrastructure improvements that we probably would have never seen before until the federal government came in to help us. So it's good that y'all have already kind of phased that out. And I guess the third thing I had was, when we're talking about saline bags, are there still a significant shortage in that, and are y'all still filling it at the hospital?
Significant shortage. We are staying ahead of it. So we have not seen a significant impact by it, but we are still on allocation and managing that well.
Awesome job as always, and thank you for coming. Look, y'all, I know that guy's a big asset right there, Mr. Shealy. Him and I, we've argued and we agreed, but I can tell you, you're in good hands, and I'm glad to see him back in the chamber. We got a good guy here too, but you know, we always lean towards our legal to help make sure that we stay in line, and I know he's doing a good job for y'all.
Absolutely.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Should fire him.
No way.
Mr. Gosherson yields back. Next, we have Councilwoman Lady Brown.
Yeah, I just want to say kudos and hats off to you guys for such an amazing job that you're doing with Iberia Medical Center. And like Mr. Napier said, years back, I remember everybody used to hear, you know, about, hey, go to Lafayette, skip over Iberia Medical Center, but now you don't hear that anymore. So you guys have really, really turned that page, and are doing an awesome job. And I just want to say we greatly appreciate you, and we're here to support you moving forward. Also, I wanted to inquire about the Escape the Vape. I saw you guys are holding it at Nish. Is it available to other high schools in the parish? I would definitely be interested in bringing that to Generac.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay.
You know how to reach us.
Yes,
Yeah.
I do. I love y'all. Thank you. I yield back.
Lady Brown yields back. Next, we have Councilman Marcus Broussard.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Chair. Talk about the future a little bit. There's a lot of growth. We're hoping jobs are coming. We hope there's 250 homes right off 88, another 200 something in the city. How confident are we at the hospital about managing, handling that? We have good capacity. Y'all kind of thinking about expecting that to happen. Y'all put together any plans? Is there anything in the works looking forward with what's going on? What's happening? Thousands of people with jobs living here, hopefully, because they're gonna talk about the police. They're gonna talk about healthcare, right, and having good healthcare. So it's important, just like Lady Brown just mentioned, when they look to move here, that the hospital is going to be one of the top 2 or 3 priorities on their list. So I'm hoping you guys are thinking about it. Love to hear if y'all are with some of the ideas y'all got coming.
We are looking towards expansion. Right now, we have capacity in our surgical suites. We have capacity at our main campus for our medical and surgical beds as well. We work very closely with the parish president. He's kept us informed of a lot of the opportunities here in the parish, and that was a significant reason why we started the construction at the North Campus to open those beds. Clearly, we didn't have the vision this far out when we opened the emergency room there, and there is the opportunity for us to continue to expand the emergency room there, but getting some more medical beds there at the North Campus is important for us, and we're well poised to do that, and we actually have room for another renovation at the North Campus as well.
That's awesome.
So
Thank
we're
you.
going to be able to take care of you. Appreciate it.
Yep, thank you. I'm good, Mr. Chair.
Councilman Broussard yields back. Next, we have Councilman Lloyd Brown.
Yeah, well, you talked about everything else, so I want to talk about the babies. The relationship y'all have with Comprehensive now, I noticed that a lot of babies is being born here now.
We do. Iberia Comp has been a great partner. We deliver about 30 babies a month. And then if you come to the hospital, you'll often hear the Brahms Lullaby being played because we play that each time there's a delivery in the hospital. But a lot of good work going on there, and I think there's even more we can do with Iberia Comp.
You back, Mr. Brown? You good, Mr. Brown?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right, Mr. Brown yields back. Seeing no further questions. Thank you, Ms. Viator.
Thank you all. Appreciate it.
Good job, good job.
All right, now we go on to item number 2, Madam Clerk.
Mr. Chad Leger, Vermilion Police Jury, and Mr. Shannon Nouveau, Vermilion Parish Tourist Commission, to address the council regarding Coastal Protection and Restoration Authority Board.
All right, Mr. Leger, Mr. Naveau, can you step up to the podium, please?
I guess that's me. It's not here.
Not
Move
there,
on.
okay. Well, we'll move it along. Public Work Reports, Madam Clerk.
Public Works Department report for closed work orders dated March 12th through 25th, 2025.
All right, those were emailed to you. Special business, there's none. Consent agenda items for public hearing and adoption. We have the minutes, correction to regular meeting minutes of January 8, 2025, regular meeting minutes of March 26, 2025. Summary number 66, introduced by Parish President. Madam Clerk.
A resolution of condolences to the family of Miss Agnes Boudreaux Louvier, mother of Public Works Department Public Work Number 3, Ivan Vin Louvier Jr., who passed away on March 25th, 2025.
Summary number 67, introduced by Parish President. Madam Clerk.
A resolution of condolences to the family of Miss Olaine Rose Burton Arrington, wife of Iberia Parish Recreation and Playground Commission Board Member Calvin Ron Arrington Jr., who passed away on March 18, 2025.
Summary number 68, introduced by Lady Fontenette Brown, District 12. Madam Clerk.
A resolution of condolences from Iberia Parish Council honoring the life and legacy of Miss Betty Jean Nathan Cooper for her dedicated service to the city of Jeanerette and her impact on community, who passed away on March 23, 2025.
Summary number 69, introduced by Clerk of the Council. Madam Clerk.
A resolution proclaiming the week of May 11 through 17, 2025 as National Economic Development Week in Iberia Parish.
Summary number 70, introduced by Parish President. Madam Clerk.
A resolution authorizing the parish president to execute an intergovernmental agreement between the state of Louisiana through the Coastal Protection and Restoration Authority, CPRA, and Iberia Parish Government regarding construction of the Little Valley Bayou Water Control Structure Project TV-0092 to provide for the effective date thereof and otherwise provide with respect thereto.
All right, would anybody like to remove any consent agenda items at this time? I see Councilman Brock Pellerin.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Yeah, I'd like to remove number 70. I have a question on it.
All right, and the reason is for a question, number 70 will be removed from Mr. Pellerin. Next, we have Lady Fontenette Brown.
Yes, summary number 66. I'd like to remove it.
For what reason, please?
A unanimous second.
All right, so number 66 removed, unanimous second. Anyone seeing nothing else? We'll be voting on all but summary number 70 and 66. Please vote your machines on consent agenda items. Final adoption. Mr. Brown? All right, that motion carries. Next, we go to summary number 66, Madam Clerk, introduced by Parish President.
A resolution of condolences to the family of Miss Agnes Boudreaux Louvier, mother of Public Works Department, Public Work Number 3, Ivan Ben Louvier Jr., who passed away on March 25th, 2025.
All right, we have a motion by Lady Fontenette Brown, second by Mr. Warren Gusherson. Ms. Brown, you want a second, unanimous second?
Yes.
Is that okay with the second?
I'll waive this.
Yes, sir. So let's vote on machines with summary number 66 with a unanimous second. And that motion carries with a unanimous second. Summary number 70, introduced by Parish President. Madam Clerk.
A resolution authorizing the parish president to execute an intergovernmental agreement between the state of Louisiana through the Coastal Protection and Restoration Authority, CPRA, and Iberia Parish Government regarding construction of the Lily Valley Bayou Water Control Structure Project, TV-0092, to provide for the effective date thereof and otherwise provide with respect thereto.
All right, I need a motion and a second. I have a motion by Mr. Brock Pellerin, a second by Mr. Warren Gusherson. Mr. Pellerin?
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Chairman. I got a phone call while I was in the elevator coming up here, landowner in the area. Larry, do we have any map of where they putting it at? I know they kind of moved it around a little bit. Can we have a, can I get that?
Absolutely. You can just call, we'll get that for you.
And he just called, while I was in the elevator and asked me about it, and that's why I asked the question tonight. I know he was kind of, because he said he was in early goings, he was involved, but he hadn't heard nothing lately.
I
so.
don't know who is he.
Gary Hebert.
Okay, but yes, we have maps. He should know where it's at. It probably didn't change from the last time they talked to him.
Okay.
But
And
if you call tomorrow, just ask for Bo, and Bo will get it for you.
Yeah, and I'm very supportive of this. So,
Thank you.
All right, Mr. Pellerin, you is back. Mr. Gusherson?
I'll waive, Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Gusherson waives. All right, please vote your machine on summary number 70. And that motion carries. Next, we have ordinances introduced for public hearing and adoption. There's none. Resolutions introduced for public hearing and adoption. Summary number 71, introduced by Hospital Service District Number 1. Madam Clerk.
A resolution acknowledging receipt of the 2024 fiscal year audit of the financial statements of Hospital Service District Number 1 of Iberia Parish, Iberia Medical Center, to provide for the effective date thereof and otherwise provide with respect thereto.
All right, I need a motion. I have a motion by Mr. Lloyd Brown, a second by Scott Ronsonet. Mr. Brown?
I waive.
Mr. Brown waives. Mr. Ronsonet?
No, they do a great job, clean audit.
Right.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Ronsonet yields back. Seeing no other discussion, please vote your machines. And that motion carries. Next, we're on to summary number 72, introduced by Clerk of the Council. Madam Clerk.
A resolution appointing a representative to the local industrial tax exemption program committee on behalf of Iberia Parish Government and authorizing said representative to execute and administer any and all relevant documents in connection with the industrial tax exemption program committee.
All right, I need a motion. I have a motion by Councilman Warren Gusherson. I have a second by Councilman Marcus Broussard. Mr. Gusherson?
Mr. Chairman, I'll waive at this point and come back to make the motion to amend.
All right, Mr. Gashassan yields back. Mr. Marcus Broussard?
Yeah, I just want to, maybe Ian can help me out with confirming the way it reads on the executive order that Governor Landry sent. It's got a parish president or police jury president. And that may be where Warren's going with this, but can you kind of sort out, because right here it's telling the way it reads.
Representative. Yes, so they had a rulemaking after the proclamation. So basically, not every parish has the same mode of government. Some parishes designate more authority to like a chief administrative officer and less to the parish president, and also police juries. Sometimes the chairman has extra duties. So the different organization of the parishes was taken into consideration for the rulemaking. So I think the intent of the order was to, kind of appoint the person who is the chief administrator, or like the CEO, let's say, of the parish. But that's going to be different between the different parishes. And through the rulemaking process, they made the language broader.
And I can explain it a little bit farther from the, if you want, I'm good.
And also have we can go ahead, Mr. Larry.
I could have explained it to you how it came about through the Police Jury Association. The state of Louisiana have 64 parishes. And some of the parishes that we have police jurors. And some of the police jurors, they pick what they call a parish president every year. So as far as that goes, when you read the whole thing that's taking place, it talks about if something is taking place inside this municipality or whatever, you would actually get your mayor. If something is taking place where you have a police juror, they have to pick that person. We actually have a parish president who is the one that do the day-to-day operation here. And I'm not going to talk anymore. You guys can pick anybody you want. So do what you got to do.
Well, as you say, we have a parish
But not necessarily, because again, the way it reads on the executive order, it's a parish, that doesn't mention a parish council member or a police jury member or any part. So that was my issue, because, or at least my question was to verify.
Issue?
Huh?
You say issue?
No, I said issue, what I meant is just to
okay.
verify what was the intent of the executive order. It states, I read it, because it's different from what we
Right.
voted on last week, right?
It
I
is.
know that. I know you even started to say something, maybe after I read it, when I got back out, I said maybe that's what it was,
Yeah,
but
that's
it
what it is.
states parish president or police jury president.
Right.
Police jury president, my mom was 10 years police jury president of a police jury in Acadia, so I know it's a chairman, really. It's almost a chairman's role, right?
Right,
Very
right.
intense role. So, yeah, I was just curious what it stated. The executive order is what it states, and that's what we have to follow, I'm guessing, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
I would assume so.
Now, but this reads anyone.
So,
I get what you're saying,
yeah. So my
If it's any representative,
recommendation
I have interest.
is that
If
you
it's
would
not,
select the parish president, because typically the parish president is heavily involved in bringing in any new businesses, especially if they're tax exemption. So part
to
of
your
the
point,
process
he's
for the
involved anyway,
part of the process,
regardless if he's on this committee or not.
yeah, part of the process
But we
is
also are the ones that manage the millage, right? That's our role. So we got to follow whatever the order says. I'm fine. I just want to make sure that we're following it and that whatever it states that, is what we do. So I'm just trying to make sense of it before we really don't have to vote. It's really just the parish president, right?
So the executive order also ordered rulemaking. In the rulemaking process, they use certain language. They didn't use specifically parish president and police jury president. If you look at the executive order and you look at the final rule, the most consistent interpretation is that the parish president should be your representative. However, the actual rule that came out at the end of rulemaking does not restrict it like that.
Okay. I saw the whatever revision I saw was relative to the parish president or police jury president or the mayor or whatever else. So, okay. I'm good.
You good, Mr. Broussard?
Yep.
Mr. Broussard, you is back. Next, we have Mr. Councilman Warren Goshenson.
The floor is clear.
Yes.
Ian, before I proceed, obviously the parish president is going to be who I recommend also with you and concur with you. But would I be out of line if I said the parish president or a proxy of the parish administration? Because there's times where the parish president may not be able to make it to that meeting. Could he be able to send the CAO, which is the next man in charge would be Bo?
I
Or
didn't
can I-
anticipate that question.
Well, I mean, the thing
I-
is
so-
the gentleman here, he's
Yeah.
not just, I mean, he's one man, but I mean, he's running the total operations of the parish government. So I don't want to just put strings just on him being there. I mean, obviously, those guys conversate every day. So if it's somebody from the parish administration, would that suffice?
Well, I think that we should designate one person because we have
Okay,
a reporting
I just want to make sure. So
requirement. Yeah.
once we do it, it's only the parish president will represent Iberia Parish government.
Yeah, we can seek clarification from LED as to whether he can send somebody in his place. Ultimately, the committee is going to be issuing a recommendation to LED and the governor.
All right, so I'll make a motion, Mr. Chairman, at this time that we amend the language to read the parish president will be the representative of Iberia Parish government.
I have another recommendation. So
Cool.
this is set to expire December 2025. That's only a few months away. I would recommend a longer term than that, either the expiration of the parish president's term or even another year after, let's say, December 2026. So that we're
Mr.
not
Chairman,
doing
without
this again.
objection, I'd like to add that language to until at which the time of his term expires.
Okay. So it'd be parish president on time, when his time expires. I need a second. I have a second by Mr. Brown.
I yield back, Mr. Chairman.
All right, you back.
He's coming.
All right, let's,
I yield back. You want
Okay.
to Mr. Brown.
Mr. Brown? Mr. Brown waves, okay. All right, let's vote on the amendment. The amendment would be for the parish president to sit in the seat for the remaining of the term. Please vote your machines on the amendment. All right, that amendment passes. Now, let's vote your machines for the amendment and the main motion. Please vote your machines. That motion carries with the amendment and the main motion.
All right.
Summary number 73, introduced by Airport Authority. Madam Clerk.
A resolution for the 2025 Airport Authority Fund Budget Line Item adjustments for the following: 1, 50,000 from buildings, equipment to professional services admin with Capitol Hill Consulting, and 2, 30,000 from buildings, equipment to equipment maintenance department for the purchase of a John Deere zero-turn mower for the maintenance department.
All right, I need a motion. I have a motion by Councilwoman Natalie Broussard. I have a second by Councilman Marcus Broussard. Ms. Broussard?
Wave.
Ms. Broussard waves. Councilman Marcus Broussard?
Yeah, I have no issues. I waive as well. Thank you.
Councilman Broussard waves. Next, we have Councilman Warren Gusherson.
Mr. Chairman, although the board is cleared, I'd like to make a motion to lay this on the table without a date.
All right. The board is clear. So you want to make a motion to table? I have a second by Mr. Brown.
I'll waive, Mr. Chairman.
You wave, okay. Mr. Brown?
I'll waive.
All right, Mr. Brown waves. So we'll be voting on, well, have,
Put it on the table.
Mr. Marcus Broussard.
Why are we waiving, Mr. Warren? Mr. Chairman, can I respond to me if you want to turn the mic on?
Yes.
Or I'm tabling, I'm sorry, not waiving, I'm sorry, tabling. I just want to know.
Yes, your mic's on.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Councilman Broussard, the reason why I'm asking for the table at this time tonight, I do realize, and unfortunately I was not here at the last meeting, and I do realize there is appropriations within this amendment to hire a consultant out of Washington. I do believe we've given the parish president the authority to go and hire somebody, so I want to make sure we're not duplicating services. If we're able to render and save money, then let's go to the table. That gives an opportunity for the director, Mo Sanji, to meet with the parish president and see if we can come up with some agreement where we hire the same guy. That's fine. I'll yield back, Mr. Chairman.
All right. Mr. Broussard, still on the floor?
Good.
Mr. Broussard's good? All right. Seeing no other discussion, let's vote on the table. Huh? Well, Lady Brown, sorry. Lady Brown?
Oh, I wanted to press cancel. I'm sorry.
Okay, Lady Brown yields back. Lady Brown yields back. Let's vote on the table.
Oh.
Oh. Yeah, good. Oh,
Wait, what's going on?
oh, Mr. Broussard has one more question. All right, Councilman Broussard.
If we need to table it for the professional services, we're gonna table both for the lawnmower as well?
Yeah.
Can we pass part of it, or it's gotta all go, huh? Yeah, okay,
Grass
yep.
growing right now?
I don't know. That's the thing. I guess till they talk. Cancel. I'm out.
We voting on the table.
Table.
All right.
The table. The
So
table.
is there a date you want, or just table without a date?
Without a date.
Okay. So
Wait on the table.
be table without a date. Please vote your machines on the table.
Wait, I'm coming.
Mr. Brown?
Yes, sir. Okay.
And that motion carries with Ms. Broussard in opposition. Summary number 74, introduced by Parish President. Madam Clerk?
A resolution amending 2025 Economic Development District Number 1 Fund Budget and Sewer District Number 1 Fund Budget in the amount of $300,000 to appropriate funding for UL Lift Station with operating transfers between funds, all to be funded from fund balance previous years of EDD.
All right, I need a motion. I have a motion by Councilman Warren Goshenson. I have a second by Councilman Marcus Broussard. Mr. Goshenson?
Mr. Chairman, if you wouldn't mind, Mr. Chairman, if I ask Director Crater to come up,
Sure.
I like to put him on the spot a little.
Mr. Crater?
Sometimes. He gets a little nervous for him.
Please step up to the mic and give us your name and
Oh, you can handle it.
title, sir.
Yes, sir. Brad Crater, Director for Sewer District Number 1 and Waterworks District Number 3.
Thank you, sir.
So, thank you, Mr. Crater, for being here, first of all, and thank you, Mr. Chairman, for recognizing me. Mr. Crater, this time, you and I and several other council members at this time, when we discussed the planning of this phase for this lift station enhancement, was probably back in 2021, is that correct?
That is correct, yes, sir.
And at that time in 2021, it was the expectations that UL Center was ready to go and that we were going to be able to abandon, going on their property and actually utilize where we were going to put this one, correct?
Yes, sir.
Is
that
that
is also
still,
correct.
is that still the preparations to do that?
That is a big part of the preparations. I mean, there have been some additions to that as well.
And at
So-
this time, have you got a contractual from UL in agreement with this?
Yes, we have a memorandum of understanding with them for everything
And
that we
do they
need.
realize that waiting as long as they did is costing the parish additional dollars?
I could not say that they realize that or not, but that is the fact. Correct.
The reason why I'm asking you this, or at least stating this in the record, is a lot of times when we make these negotiations between third party and with parish government, we need to stress that the time costs us money over time, especially since COVID. I mean, we've seen projects like an additional project for control structures cost us over $1 million waiting. I mean, we need to make sure that sewer district is stressing to the UL project that there can't be any hiccups, that we need to make sure that we can get this project going in a timely manner.
No, absolutely. And if I may, I can give a brief rundown on what that time frame was.
Please do, if we can just put it in the record, if you don't
Sure.
mind.
So when we initially went to the table on doing this project, $469,300 was the opinion of probable cost for the project. However, the big stipulation from the sewer district on my behalf of the parish is that we would not continue to have the issues that we had in the new lift station when we built a new lift station. I could not get a definable agreement from UL at that time, and it kind of went by the wayside, as it does in government. 2 years later, it comes back to the table. There were some contingencies that they wanted that I could not give them. Pushed it back another 6 months. Long story short, we finally came to an understanding that if we're going to move this station where we want it to allow the dissection of the north area of ARA and the south area of ARA to give them what they need to build their infrastructure and allow us to promote growth in the parish, I had to have a certain memorandum of understanding to allow us to have the integrity of our system upheld long term. We went out to bid. Bids came in $300,000 higher.
Okay, one last thing, and I apologize, I wasn't here at the last meeting. We do, just for the record of whoever's watching at home here tonight, this lift station is not just for UL, but the future growth of the airport, correct?
Absolutely correct. Yes, sir.
And have we talked to UL about maybe possibly sharing the cost of that additional overring?
So they're not sharing the cost of the lift station. However, they are relocating a fence to allow us to have access to it at all times.
Okay.
That will be our area now, so we will not have to wait on security. Furthermore, they're also entertaining the idea of a generator for us.
And just, let me ask you a question, and I think I know the answer to it already. We, even though that area, we have low-income area around there, we couldn't use LCBDG money to help rehab that?
No, sir, not in that area. No,
Thank
sir.
you. I appreciate you, Brad.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Brad.
Yes, sir.
I yield back.
I yield back, Mr. Chairman.
All right, next we have Councilman Marcus Broussard.
No, Mr. Warren asked about some of the, maybe UL pitching in to help with this. That's what I was gonna ask. Other than that, I waive and let's get the sewage moving.
All right.
Yeah.
Mr. Broussard waves back. Seeing no other discussion, please vote your machines.
Thank you, Brad.
Yes, sir.
And that motion carries.
Thank you.
Next, we on to summary number 75, introduced by Scott Ronson, District 9. Madam Clerk.
A resolution amending the 2025 general fund budget in the amount of $6,309.63 to provide adjustments to parish president's annual salary for fiscal year 2025 from $179,242 to $185,551.63 and related benefits as based on the averaging of annual salaries of Iberia Parish Sheriff 213,933.85, Iberia Parish Assessor 158,612.49, and Iberia Parish Clerk of Court 184,108.56, all in accordance with the Iberia Parish Home Rule Charter and to be funded from fund balance previous year. Line item.
All right, I need a motion. I have a motion by Councilman Scott Ronson. I have a second by Councilman Brian Napier. Councilman Ronson.
Waive with the option to defer after this discussion.
All right, Mr. Ronson waived. Mr. Napier.
So that's exactly what we need to do is, because I think Ian had some stuff he still needs to do for this to make sure everything's correct, that we move it to the next meeting.
All right, yield back, Mr. Napier.
Yes.
All right, next we have Councilman Lloyd Brown.
I'll waive.
Mr. Lloyd Brown waives. All right. You wanna-
Go ahead.
All right, so we have a motion to defer to the next meeting. Please vote your machines on deferment.
Well,
That's second by Mr. Napier.
yes.
That's second by Mr. Napier. Please vote your machines for deferment.
Okay.
And that motion carries. It is deferred. Summary number 76, introduced by Warren P. Gosselin Jr., District 5. Madam Clerk.
A resolution amending the general fund budget to create a line item of $100,000 for nuisance abatement, all to be funded from fund balance previous years.
I need a motion. I have a motion by Councilman Warren Gosselin. I have a second by Councilman Lloyd Brown. Councilman Gosselin.
Mr. Chairman, if Mr. Brown wants to waive his discussion, I'd like to make a motion to amend.
Mr. Brown waives. Mr. Gosselin.
Yes, sir. Without objection, Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion to amend. Remember, we talked about this, members, in the generalized budget. We were going to come back after the consolidated budget and make that appropriation from general fund. I just want to amend to put that money in the line item in planning, permitting, zoning department, make a line item that's specifically for the abatement of these overgrown grass, whatever you want to call a nuisance. And then we can give the authority to Larry to start addressing some of these things. This is aside from the structurals
Right.
that we talked about and we funded the $140,000, okay? Just so that everybody knows, and Mr. Richard does know that this is the opportunity. I think if we remember clearly, we appropriated about $30,000 that we were in that department, which is underfunded, which I'm not saying this adequately funds that department, but this gets us where we need to be to start addressing some of these properties. So that's the motion to amend.
All right, a motion to amend. I have a second by Mr. Brown. Go, Mr. Brown.
Waive.
Please vote your machines to amend
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
language. All right, that motion carries. Now we need a vote on amendment with the main motion.
So,
Please vote your machines on that. And that motion carries. Next, we have ordinances introduced for publication. There's none. Announcements. Next council meeting is April 23rd, 2025 at 6 p.m. Please visit the Iberia Parish Government website to complete the stormwater management survey and view adjudicated properties through Civic Source. All Iberia Parish Council and Joint Committee meetings can be viewed live during scheduled meetings on the Iberia Parish Government website. I need a motion to adjourn. I have a motion by Mr. Gosselin. I have a second by Mr. Ronson. Please vote your machines on adjournment.
James.
Mr. Napier? All right, meeting is adjourned.
James.
Meeting to order. It's Wednesday, April 9th, 2025. The time is 7:31. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Tommy Pollard. Michael Landry. Marcus Broussard. Lloyd Brown. Warren Gotchison. Natalie Broussard. Dustin Swear. James Truha.
Here.
Scott Ronsonet. Brock Pellerin. Brian Napier. Lady Fontaine Brown. Cayman Crapel. Chad Macherin.
All right.
All right, we have 11 members in a quorum. I need a vote to go into public comments. I have a motion by Mr. Tommy Pollard, a second by Scott Ronsonet. Please vote your machines to go into public comments. All right, we are now in the public comments. Item number 1, Madam Clerk.
Comments from the general public on agenda items.
All right, seeing and hearing none. Item number 2, Madam Clerk.
Comments from the general public on non-agenda items.
Seeing and hearing none. I need a vote to go back into regular session. I have a motion by Scott Ronsonet and a second.
Give me one second. I hit it too fast. Okay. It must have been Tommy.
Tommy Pollard, I have a second by Tommy Pollard. Please vote your machines to go back into regular session. Rock. All right, we're now back in the regular session. We have the minutes, regular joint committee meeting of March 26, 2025. I need a motion. I have a motion by Mr. Michael Landry, a second by Tommy Pollard. Mr. Landry? Mr. Pollard? All right. Seeing none, please vote your machines for accepting the minutes. Lady Fontaine Brown?
No, it's Tom.
Tommy Pollard? All right, and motion carries. Now we're going to executive finance committee by Scott Ronsonet.
I now call the Finance Committee meeting to order. The date is April 9th, 2025. The time is 7:34 p.m. Item number 1, Madam Clerk.
Discuss and consider a resolution amending the 2025 opioid abatement fund budget in the amount of $325,384 for opioid-related expenditures and further amending same in the amount of $85,000 for use by the 16 judicial district attorneys in the Family Services Division, all to be funded from opioid funds collected through 2024.
I have a motion by Mr. Broussard. I need a second. A second by Ms. Broussard. Mr. Broussard, you have the floor.
I waive, ma'am.
Ms. Broussard.
Well, I see everybody here, so y'all want to tell us what y'all, I guess, Andy? What y'all's plans?
Before we get started, Ms. Broussard, if you don't mind.
If I don't mind. The $325,384 that we're showing that's gonna go to the district attorney's office, that's gonna be pulled from today. They don't want that money right now. If you guys remember, last year you budgeted $325,000 for the district attorney's office. Well, my recommendation was to give this other $325,000, but there are some forms and things that have to be filled out to make sure that this money is being spent correctly. So at the last meeting, our finance director, we had a meeting with the judges and the district attorney, and we've come to a conclusion since then not to give the additional $325,000 now. They'll start with the $325,000 that they currently have in the budget, and if they run short, we would just make an amendment at that particular time to this budget to give them whatever else that they need. The $85,000 that you're looking at right there was a request that actually came from the judges. The next line item, you're going to see where the judges is looking for $200,000 for drug court, and $85,000 was for family services. Family services is actually done out of the district attorney's office, so we're going to give that $85,000 in addition to what they already have budgeted, the $325,000. So that's basically what we're doing right here. So the next line item excuse me, the next agenda item, we'll talk about the judges stuff. But
So it's just,
320, only the 85.
it's just 85?
Yes, yes.
Without objection, if you want to give to.
Yeah, so
That's-
the additional 85,000, I guess we'll be amending to take out the 325, but the additional 85,000, what are y'all gonna be doing with it?
Before you start, yeah, we're gonna need your name,
I think you.
yeah, and your time.
Good evening. Michael Hike, District Attorney, and I'm here with Mr. Andy Shealy. Mr. Shealy, if there's an expert in the state on opioid monies and where it can properly be allocated, it's Mr. Shealy. He works hand in hand with those that are on the committee who approves the funding. So I have total trust in his expert opinion. This $85,000 specifically is going to go towards family services. Over the last, I don't know, some time ago, there were 2 employees that we had to lay off because there wasn't enough funding that came down through fins to our office to be able to fund it properly. Our studies have shown that over 79% of all of the cases that family services handles are directly from either the child or a child's guardian either having an opioid or mental health issue. And as we know, the opioid funding, you know, if not spent on that, then what better place to spend it? So I do want to appreciate Mr. Richard and his working with us and all of his staff. And Mr. Shealy, if you can comment more on it, please do so.
Yeah, just, and I'm gonna give some general comments that'll also apply to the judges too. So you already have $325,384 in your budget. That's for years 2022, 2023, and 2024. Unfortunately, this money comes in at the end of the year, not at the first of the year. That would help you at your budgeting. So that's why we're just dealing with 2022, 2023, and 2024. And we'll come back at a later date for 2025, make another request for 2025, but we just wanted to deal with that. Now, the $85,000 jointly benefits the judges as well as the district attorney. So the Family Services Division does Truancy Assessment Service Center. They do FINS through contract with the judges. The FINS money comes to the judge's office. These are all rapid response early intervention programs. And so from the juvenile court, there's a lot of those children that Family Services works on. And as Michael said, all of those folks, so many of those folks have substance abuse issues. So in addition to this, I just want you to know that Ian has fixed up a cooperative endeavor agreement. So the district attorney's office, as well as the judge's office, will have to sign that cooperative endeavor agreement that says we will spend the money in accordance with the memorandum of understanding that has been adopted by the Louisiana Opioid Task Force. And that memorandum of understanding has different categories that it can be spent in. We're going to also have to say, not only will we spend that money according to the agreement, but we'll also provide any backup necessary, because this money is coming to Iberia Parish government. Sooner or later, it's going to get audited. And we want to make sure that you have all that documentation. And then if by any chance that money is spent on something that's not approved through the opioid, we're going to have to agree to indemnify you or hold you harmless. So that's the first step, is the cooperative endeavor agreement. You'll probably at the next meeting, probably on your consent agenda, have a request to allow the parish president to sign that cooperative endeavor agreement, both with the district attorney's office as well as the judge's office. In addition to that, so for the 325,384 that's already in the budget, I'm just going to speak for the DA's office for a minute. We're going to have to provide the documentation as to how that money is going to be spent. And my intention is to provide a memorandum to the parish president that says, you know, I've reviewed these expenses and I think these expenses fall within the memorandum of understanding section so-and-so, so-and-so, so that if the auditors come, we have the backup data, we have the cooperative endeavor agreement, and we have the memorandum that says I have reviewed it, and it appears that these items are authorized expenditures under the opioid abatement fund, and the judges will have to be the same thing. So I think that gives you enough background on it. Again, we're not asking, the 325, 384 is already in there for 2022, 2023, and 2024. Only asking for the $85,000 again to be used in the Family Service Division. That will provide 2 case managers whose primary responsibility will be working with families who, again, either the child or the parents have a substance abuse problem. And again, that program is really, although it's operated by the DA's office, it benefits both the court system as well as the district attorney's office. Any questions or anything that I can help you with?
Ms. Broussard, you still have the floor.
Yeah, I don't disagree with you, Andy, but I want to say it also benefits the community.
Oh, no question.
It may
No.
benefit the DA's office and the judge's office, but more than that, it benefits the community. And I just want to thank the district attorney's office and the judge's office for continuing with this program, because, I mean, early intervention is what it's all about. And that's I can't think of any better use of the funds than to go after the early intervention and try to prevent the problem before it gets to the point where we're dealing with them as adults. So when the board is clear, then I'll make a motion to amend.
Mr. Napier, you have the floor.
Andy, I just want to make sure I understand what you just said. So, parish government received 380 something, 320 something.
More than that.
No, I'm adding it up. 285. That's all sitting with parish government, and we divvying it out to the judges and the district attorney's office. You're only taking half of what you could be taking, or something like that, right?
Yeah.
And we gonna sit on the rest?
For just a short period of time.
Okay.
So let me, the problem you have is that there are 4 years of collections, and you're sitting on close to $1 million.
Yeah.
So the first payment you got was for years 21 and 22, then 23, and then 24. And so we want to make sure that, and this fund will go up and down, because the first settlement was with Janssen and the Big Three, and it was over 18 years. And it's not a steady amount. It had some high in the early years and dropped down in the later years.
Yeah.
Then you have additional settlements, some of which are just one-time payments, some of which are 10-year payments, some of which are 5-year payments. So it's kind of difficult to know for sure what you're going to have available. So I thought it was best, let's get some out and get it into the community working. Let's then sit down and see what the needs are for 2025. So we're going to come back with an additional request.
Okay.
But this was just to get this started and get this money in the community, as you know, Ms. Broussard said, helping families, and what you're going to hear from the judges is this 325 plus their 200. This is all generally going to benefit drug court.
Right.
Again,
right.
Trying to keep people out
Correct.
of the deep end and try to deal with them on the early side. So these do fit. Drug court certainly fits. Family services certainly fits within the memorandum of
So
understanding.
y'all gonna more or less handle the judges have a group that's gonna handle their money, and then y'all.
I can't speak for the judge,
Yes.
but I'm
Yeah,
sure.
but that's-
I'm sure that
Yes.
they have their own financial people.
Yeah, sure.
Except for, again, we handle all the money for the family services
Okay.
division.
Thank you, Andy. I
Yes,
appreciate
sir.
it. Thank you, Mike.
You good, Mr. Napier?
I'm good. Thank you.
Lady Brown, you have the floor.
Okay. Hey, judges. Hi, Attorney Hike. I have a question. You mentioned mental health, right? And so I know opioid and drug use is considered mental health. After my research, I realized that Iberia Parish doesn't have like a dedicated mental health court. Is that something that you guys have ever considered? And if so, I would love to sit down and talk to you about it because I'm a big advocate of mental health. I had a brother that completed suicide years back, and I understand it's very different when you're dealing with a mental patient opposed to just a regular a person that's not dealing with mental health issues. And so in other states, I've seen mental health courts, and it's dedicated just to individuals that are dealing with mental health issues. So I was just wondering if any of that opioid money could possibly be put towards establishing like a court just for mental health patients.
Can I make a comment, then I'm gonna turn it over to them, because
Yeah.
whether we have a mental health court going forward is a different issue.
Okay.
That opioid money cannot be spent for mental health issues.
Okay.
What happens though so many times is someone who has a substance abuse issue many times has a co-occurring mental health issue.
Right.
So you may be helping them on using this money to help them on the substance abuse side, but it does benefit them because they have usually a co-occurring disorder on the mental health side. Now, as to the future plans of mental health courts, I'll let the experts.
I like the idea. You know, I'd like to sit and talk with you more about it because it's an actual issue without a doubt, right? I mean, just our state lacks in that support. But to tell you I know anything about that topic, I'd be lying to you.
We're going to lead the way. The 16th to lead the way with the mental health.
That's right.
courts.
That's
I
right.
look
That
forward
sounds
to
good.
talking to you
I look
about
forward
it.
to that.
Okay.
Definitely.
All right. Thank you. I yield back.
Judge, did you have anything you wanted to comment on?
Not
mental
yet.
health courts?
Here's the
With
next.
regard to mental health courts, it's a co-occurring
Oh,
issue with substance abuse addiction. Normally, where there's one, there's the other. And we actually do have some mental health treatment by a local physician that we provide as a service to our drug court recipients if it's necessary to help them with their treatment. We also have mental health counselors, very good mental health counselors in drug courts who deal with those issues as they're trained to, and they're very effective. But with regard to a mental health court, no. I don't see it in the future, not even in the Lafayette area. That's not what drug court nationwide is looking at right now. But it's something that needs to be dealt with as a way of treating people with substance abuse issues, and that's addressed in that context. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Mr. Gustafson, you have the floor.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Chairman. I just have a question, Andy or DA Hike, if y'all are able to answer this tonight. I do realize this is Iberia Parish's portion of it, and I know St. Mary kind of aligned with us when we were having these meetings. Is all three parishes anteing up this money, or is this just our?
I'll be glad to
Or
answer that
maybe
question.
Parish President Reshore, I'm not sure,
Can
I know
say
at the
something?
time, we had some issues on the multi-funding areas when we were all meeting.
My name's Judge Anthony Thibodeau. I am your Iberia Parish adult drug court judge, okay? I've been it since 2015. I took Judge Watney's place, who was the founder of drug court, and he handed over an excellent program to me, and it's been great since. The answer to your question is, what was the question? Oh, have the other parishes given money to drug court? No.
No?
St. Martin Parish has not. St. Mary Parish has not. The only parish of the 16 JDC that has shown an interest in giving these funds, the opioid settlement funds, from 2022 to its intended user, the addict, the victim of opioid addiction, is Iberia Parish.
Judge, that's why I was asking.
Yeah.
When we were in those meetings.
Yeah.
At the time, and I'm not calling on any parish, but at the time, there
Yeah.
was just, I mean, Larry, you were there with me in that meeting. I mean, it was just,
If I
we
can-
were baffled that.
Yeah, not a dime.
That's it.
Thanks to this man right here, okay, who said, I'm going to be the steward with the money, and I'm going to right a wrong. And he called me for me. He says, hey, Judge, we got opioid money. I'm like, what's that?
Good for you, Larry.
They didn't even let us know. And thank you very much, Mr. Richard, and you, and all those who were involved in it. For that reason, now we've got some much-needed funds to give to our opioid addicts,
I'm gonna tell you about that.
fentanyl addicts, cocaine addicts, heroin addicts, and you got a bunch of them in this parish.
Absolutely.
And let me tell you something. The only program that I know that works, and I'm not saying this because I'm the drug court judge, okay? I'm not getting paid a dime for this, okay? I was asked to be it by Judge Watney, okay? And I was a criminal defense lawyer before I was a judge, and I didn't like drug court. I thought it was a money grab. But through my experience in the last 10 years, let me tell you something. 75% of those people that come in the program, graduate and don't come back. They go to work, they have to work, or they go on community service and they work for free, or they go to jail. They go get their substance abuse treatment, or they go to jail. They get tested for substance abuse regularly, right here, across the railroad tracks.
That's right.
If they don't show up for testing, they go to jail.
Yep.
Okay? They get jobs, they get checking accounts, they get houses, they get cars, they get their kids back, they get their spouses back, and they clean up and they live a happy, fruitful, responsible life. Right here in Iberia Parish. Okay? And y'all should be very proud of it. And thank y'all for supporting us.
Mr. Chairman, I'm gonna yield back shortly, but it seems the judge is very passionate about it. I just wanted to make us aware that I know not everybody knew that, but at that point, it showed our solidity with what's going on there. So I just didn't want to strike a nerve with you, Judge, but I wasn't sure if things had changed since that meeting. The other tri-parishes came aboard.
So, Mr. Goshen, let me second what the judge says. All of that was correct. Secondly is, because Iberia Parish government expressed an interest in doing that, what we thought we could do is let's get Iberia on board and let's show a model for how to use this money. Right. Then we can take that same model and go to St. Mary or St. Martin Parish and say, okay, you have opioid money also. You have a drug court in each one of those parishes, although the drug court sort of runs parish by parish, but if we can put this model together, then it's going to be a lot easier to go to the other parishes and get their assistance too. So
They also have early intervention issues in other parishes, right? So that need to be addressed. So
This is big, constituent services, no matter which way it is, good or bad, but I mean, it's out there to offer. At least the program is thriving, and it shows our commitment to the community, and so I'll yield back, Mr. Chairman.
All right.
Yeah, just if anybody's curious, I was in that meeting also, and it was just discussed that we don't have any need for this money, is how it came about, basically. They have better equipped, the people, the resources, we just don't have. We're just a funnel, that's all we are. Ms. Broussard, do you have the floor to make the motion?
Yes, I would move to amend item number 1 to delete the $325,384.
No. We need to just add the 85.
No, this is the funding for the 3 years. We're not deleting that, we just do.
That's already in the budget.
I thought they wanted to
Yeah,
take the
it-
additional 325 out.
She's
You
correct.
sure?
Yeah.
Okay,
We
all right. I
removed
want to make sure, okay.
384 is already in your 2020.
This was the additional for the 600-some thousand, okay.
So all you need is
To delete the 325,000, 384,000. So the only thing left that we're allocating in this resolution is 85,000.
We don't want to keep it.
We good? We voting on the 85.
All right.
Is it correct that Iberia Parish Drug Court is going to get $200,000?
Yeah, that's the next item, Judge.
Oh, okay.
That's the next item.
All right.
If I can.
Calm down.
Hold on a second.
I don't blame
That's,
you. Stand up.
let me say something. Wait, we can't talk about the Second Amendment while we're on the first one. I'm not guaranteeing anything, just for the record.
Yeah, you ain't guaranteed.
Mr. Parish President, you had something before?
Yeah, we went all over the place just now. We talked about both agenda items. If I can, I'm glad Warren brought this deal up in reference to what the other parishes are doing. If I'm not mistaken, I think St. Martin Parish gave all of the opioid funds to the sheriff. St. Landry Parish put in a program themselves that they're doing. I have no idea what St. Mary did, or Lafayette Parish.
They never called us.
In Iberia Parish, we take this stuff very serious. I mean, you guys been here from the beginning. There will be an audit on these dollars at some point in time. And the last meetings that we had with Erica, your new finance director, in the meetings, and the judge and the district attorney's office, clearly she made it perfectly clear what we need in Iberia Parish government when these dollars go out to the judges and when they go out to the district attorney's office, because we have to report this. So they have to come up with it. Ian's going to come up with the language. They have to come up with a spreadsheet or whatever to give to Erica, so she can actually report this. In my mind, you want to make this as simple as possible. We have received so far over $1 million. So what I was looking to do right now was actually come up with this additional $325 and give to the district attorney's office, just like everyone knows. But after sitting down and talking and making sure that everything is going to be correct, because they have to spend it, and then they have to show how it's being spent correct. So right now, so you know, with that $325 that we're not moving forward on this agenda to go to the district attorney's office, we have about another additional 100 plus. So we're going to have a total of about $450,000 left out of the $1 million that we have. It could really work out to our benefit, because you have no idea what the judges or the district attorney office is going to need later this year, and we probably won't get the money, the opioid funds, till probably October or November, and you're going to be well in your budget. So what I would like to do, what could possibly happen, it depends on how much money they need. If they need something to fill, then we can just amend the budget and take it, and then when the money come in, we'll give them the balance of what they would need the following year. But my goal, as long as I'm here, is to make it very simple. The money is going to the judges, and the money is going to the district attorney's office, and that's a wrap.
All right.
All right, let's go back to the motion to amend, please.
Yes.
Ms. Broussard?
You need me to repeat it again?
No.
Okay.
Okay. Mr. Broussard, you have the second. Wave. Seeing no further discussion, we're gonna vote on the amended motion. Just a amendment, my bad. Amended. Okay, now we're gonna have to vote on the motion as amended. Main motion as amended.
All right. That's done.
Who's missing? Mr. Landry. Brian, there we go.
Thank you,
All
guys.
right.
Thank you.
Unanimous.
Let's go to the next one.
Passed. Item number 2, Madam Clerk.
Discuss and consider a resolution amending the 2025 opioid abatement fund budget in the amount of $200,000 for use by the 16 judicial district court judges in the Iberia Parish Adult Drug Court Program, all to be funded from opioid funds collected through 2024.
I have a motion by Councilwoman Lady Brown, a second by Councilwoman Natalie Broussard. Ms. Brown, you have the floor.
Yeah, I'd like to make a motion to delete. No, I'm joking with you. I'm joking. No.
I'm not accepting motions at this time. I got you.
No.
All right.
Thank you.
You wave?
Yeah, I wave.
Miss Councilwoman Broussard, you have the floor.
Yeah, I think we discussed it thoroughly, but I don't know if, I'll defer to the judge if he had anything else he wanted to add.
Thank you very much.
Quickly.
It's going to be used to treat people with addictions. Right
I
here.
have no doubt.
Thank you.
As a criminal defense attorney in Iberia Parish, I'm very well aware of it and very well aware of the need for it, so I waive.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, Mr. Napier. You have
Just
the
one
floor.
thing, Judge. I have had, I don't know, probably 3 or 4 guys that work for me that got caught and went through the program, and every one of them did exactly what you said. Went through the program, came back to work, did everything they were supposed to do. stayed off of whatever they got, whatever it was. So I'm here to tell you, I agree with, it works. At least the people that I've had working for me, it works. So keep up the good work. Hats off to you. We're getting people back into society where they should be working.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And they gave them a bonus.
Yeah.
You good, Mr. Napier?
I'm good, thank you.
All right, seeing no further discussion, please vote your machines. Item number 2.
Look like up there, man.
The right way, lady.
That motion passes unanimously.
All right, thank you very much, y'all.
Have a good night.
Appreciate y'all. Good night.
Thank you. Item number 3, Madam Clerk.
Discuss and consider a resolution amending the 2025 road projects construction fund budget number 3440 in the amount of $20,952,850 to appropriate funding for Phase 1 Project A, B, and C for road improvements throughout Iberia Parish, with said to be funded from $17 million bond revenue in road sales tax fund and $750,000 from the EDD fund budgeted in 2025.
I have a motion by Mr. Gaston, second by Councilman Pellerin. Mr. Gaston,
Waive.
you have the
Waive.
floor. Waive, good. Mr. Pellerin, you have the floor.
Yeah, I do have a question on this one. So it says phase 1, project A, B, and C. And we taking the $750,000 from the EDD that we allocated for the port roads, but none of the port roads were on that list on projects A, B, and C. My question is, why are we taking the $750 now if it's not gonna be included?
No.
Looking at was a $17 million bond.
It's a $17 million bond, and you have, you can look and see, it's $20.9 million, $20 million, $20.9 million. It's just simply saying that the revenue sales, the tax for the $750,000 is gonna be funded when we do the roads at the port from EDD.
You're looking at
That's all it is.
these are the 17, just the.
No, I'm looking at the ones we got in the packet. In the packet, the packet, the hard packet we got in the mail with all the agreements, with all the different engineers, it has all their roads that they're gonna be doing in phase 1, project A, B, and C. It's all listed in that contract, we got in the hard packet. And I'm just confused why we taking the $750,000 now if it's not included in none of those contracts, none of those port roads are in that contract.
Do you understand what he's saying?
I left it over there.
Are we moving the $750,000 that we approved for the port roads?
Can you get up there and see what he's saying?
The road projects is a total of 20 million.
Right, that's what you're
17 million
doing.
is for A, B, C, and C. All you're doing is amending the 750,000 for ED1, which brings the total amended in that line item, 3440 to 20 million.
So we taking the $750,000 out of EDD, am I reading that wrong?
It's being amended in the line item.
To take it and move it into that line item?
Correct.
But none of the port roads are in phase 1.
We have port roads that GEC is doing in priority 1.
There's 3 of them.
Yeah. Where are you getting no roads that are in there? That's your district.
I'm not seeing any of the roads.
Well, I don't know.
It's in this contract right here that we got sent to us, none of the port roads are in.
Yeah, you have port roads in there.
What is it? Is it Bayrard?
I can't remember. I think it's Bayrard.
Bayrard off of Weeks Island Road right there.
Those are the ones, if you remember,
Yeah.
I think if I'm not mistaken, Warren made a motion to do that in one of the meetings
That's
here.
that's the first one.
Yeah.
You remember that, Brock? Warren had came here and made a motion to actually get that done?
Well, that was in the budget meeting, I remember allocating
Yeah, was it already put in line item?
Right.
And then we came back in EDD and amended it.
Amended it.
What she's
Right.
doing is creating a total line item on 3440 to account for the 20 million.
I guess I'm reading it wrong, that, this money right here was gonna be used for projects A, B, and C, but when I look at my packet that we got,
Yeah, and A, B, and C only refer to the 3 companies that we're dealing with.
I don't see any of those roads in none of their lists. I may be looking at it wrong.
That's the bond list you're looking at right there. that
Yeah, you may be looking at that's what we're
That's
looking
the
at.
bond list we're looking at right there.
Short form agreement between owner and engineer for professional services. And they list all their roads they have in projects A, B, and C.
Okay.
And none of them roads are in the port area.
If we amended to say Phase 1, Project A, B, and C, and Port of Iberia,
You could, I guess.
It's already there. It's already
But the money is, the money is already there.
But am I reading this wrong? That this money is gonna fund Phase 1, Project A, B, and C? Is that correct? Am I reading that correct?
That's what it, yeah.
Okay, and when I read my packet from all the engineers of the roads they have in Project A, B, and C,
Let me go get my packet.
I'm not seeing any
I'll go
port
get my
roads
packet.
on there.
I don't know what you're looking at. I'll go get my
I mean, it's right, I mean,
Hey, you don't have your.
it's
you're
right
not
here.
gonna have your stuff from the
Seaward Mirror,
engineers.
Jack
Remember
Brooks,
the three that we got from the
Monday Road,
engineers?
John Road,
It's on
Norris
there.
Road, El
in the
Dubar Road,
packet?
Induba Road, Swallow Road. Teshley Canal Road, Estate Drive South, Jackman Drive, Daspit Road, Candle Glow, North South.
The three roads that were there could only be generated from those funds from EDD. That's how I know that, you don't have the engineering one that we. got
Joey
from the
Street, Brenda
engineers.
Drive, Phyllis Drive, Wanda Street, Ronald Circle, Leon Landry, Agnes Broussard, Julian Buteau, El Terrio, Jock Seaview, Cromwell, Kramer,
That's
South
all out of
Kramer.
the $17 million bond.
That's how that list got generated. I know what you're saying, it's not in there, right there.
But you have the one from the engineers? Because it's in there, that breakdown's in there. There was 3 roads that was given, there was a priority of, she said it was something Bay Road.
That's what I'm.
That was the first one I know that's going off the contract,
David Bay Road.
David B. Road.
But
That's
it-
that where Weeks Island meets up right there, right?
Yeah, yeah. That's where,
This ain't the one. No, this is the $17
there's no
million.
port roads in my packet that I got. And then we got this list today,
No, the list you got from Bo is
Yeah.
finalized list for the 17.
but when I look at projects A, B, and C, there's no port roads on that list from the engineers.
Oh, let me see. Let me see, it's not, that pack is not in here, the one I got.
Committee, can't we just, check on that before we get to full council?
Yeah, I mean, we can move it forward. All it is a line item adjustment.
You have the floor, you wanna move it? Or?
Yeah, I mean, the question is if I'm reading that right or wrong. I mean, we got 750 from EDD, but none of the port roads are in this packet that we received.
Can we get that by next meeting?
You make sure it's put in, man.
Yes?
Just make sure it's put in.
It's up to you, Mr. Peller, and you still have the floor.
Let's move it forward. Let's move it forward, you gonna put it in.
Erica, do you have a answer to this question?
Unfortunately, no, not as far as which roads it's gonna cover, just as far as where we're moving the funds from. But that's a Mr. Broussard
Do
or.
you mind if he asks a question?
No, that's fine. I'm open.
Miss
Without
Erica,
objection.
just to make sure, I know you're showing I know you're showing in the same budget as the EDD, but you are calculating the transfers just for those project line items in the EDD, right? You're not moving, so what are you doing? You're creating a new line item, the 3440, which is the construction, but we have to be careful because that EDD money is dedicated and it can only be within that district. That's why we've always, if you looked in the previous year line items, we've always accounted for those projects up to finish. And then they would drop off in the next fiscal year.
The only thing that I did was try to cover the shortfall from the amount from the bond. And Mr. Broussard told me that the 750 was remaining in there, that we could move that.
No. The
To cover
shortfall, the
the,
bond for the general obligation bond that we did of 17 million, we can't. This is two different things. The 750,000 is coming from EDD, could only be in that district.
For the
That
port of
17
the-
million, you would have to go and amend the budget for the additional overring from previous year fund balance.
We
Be
could-
careful about that.
yeah, we could pause it and move it.
Well, we can move it forward, not to
You know,
delay
or
it, but
just-
let's make sure that we account within that generalized budget to
For
stay
those
within
roads.
EDD, because we kind of govern, because that's a dedicated source just for
For
within the
that.
economic development district.
Understood. That makes sense. That makes sense. I just couldn't speak to whether or not those I don't even know where the roads are, so.
understand.
You don't want me to speak, but, so I don't, trust me.
But you're making transfers into the same fund, that's why I'm asking.
Yeah.
We,
Oh, I think he has the packet.
Parish
now.
President, we square. We're gonna move forward.
gonna move it forward.
And then we're gonna.
We'll go through and make sure that,
amend
yeah.
it.
Oh, okay, because I
So
went and get
it's
it
in
for you.
there?
Yeah.
You got it, yeah.
Probably pack it out.
You good for now? We can discuss after.
No, we good. I'm good. I just wanted to make sure.
All right. Councilwoman Broussard.
I've never seen it.
Ms. Broussard. Councilwoman Broussard. You have the floor.
Floor? Oh, well, what do I?
Put y'all on a different one?
Oh.
No, we
Oh,
still
same
on
one?
this one. We gonna move it
good.
forward.
Yeah, we're gonna move
Okay.
forward, get it straight.
Okay.
Mr. Gossett, you have the floor.
It's already straight.
All right.
That's good. That's it?
Seeing no further discussion, we're gonna vote on item number 3 as is and then discuss later. Please vote your machines. Ms. Broussard, Mr. Gossett, Ms. Brown. Oh, Ms. Brown stepped out. She is not voting on item 3. That motion passes unanimously. Item number 4, Madam Clerk.
Discuss and consider a resolution amending the 2025 road sales tax fund number 1190 in the amount of $2,361,265 to appropriate additional funding for Phase 1, Project A, B, and C for road improvements throughout Iberia Parish.
I have a motion by Mr. Michael Landry. I need a second. I got a second by Mr. Pellerin. Mr. Landry, you have the floor.
I waive.
Wait, Mr. Pellerin.
This is G's.
So this money is coming from.
She's coming up.
That shortage is going to be covered by fund balance. Now, really and truly, I don't necessarily, we're going to vote this in. Do I think we're going to have extra come from sales tax? Yeah, we're very conservative whenever we estimate sales tax. So will it all come from there? More than likely not. But in order for me to pass it today so we can get contracts signed, I have to have it earmarked. That's why we have it earmarked from there. Does that make sense?
I'll talk to you after.
Okay.
I yield back, but I really like Mr. Warren.
No.
Ask his question.
We got too much of it.
I yield back.
All right,
We'll move it forward and then we'll clean up.
or call on the phone, talk to her, get it straight.
It's slow.
They did the same thing to James.
All right.
We got a mouse problem. All right, seeing no further discussion, please vote your machines on item number 4 as is.
Hey, you got a question, call him, man.
I thought he was in
Mr.
the meeting
Napier.
with us. I thought you was in that meeting.
This way.
That motion passes unanimously.
Call,
Item number 5, Madam Clerk.
call before you come.
Discuss and consider a resolution amending the 2025 Criminal
And it might have
Justice
been a miss,
Facility Fund budget
but I doubt
to
it.
recognize $387,140 in revenue from Hazard Mitigation Grant Program, HMGP, and further amending the 2025 Public Building Maintenance Fund budget for the remaining balance to be funded from the transfer of $129,047 from fund balance previous years to the Criminal Justice Facility Fund budget for the purpose of a jail generator.
I have a motion by Mr. Strongholm. I need a second. I got a second by Councilman Gossett. Mr. Strongholm, you have the floor.
Yeah, I just think it's be a good investment because they've been having to, anytime a storm comes in, they have to get someone to go out there and put them a generator to rent one. So this would be a good fix for them where they can crank up whenever they're ready to lose power.
Oh, good.
I yield back.
Councilman Gossett, you
I'll
have
waive,
the
Mr.
floor.
Chairman.
Boy, this thing is slow. I thought we were buying something. Seeing no further discussion, please vote your machines. That motion passes unanimously. Item number 6, Madam Clerk.
Discuss and consider amending the 2025 Sewer District Number 1 Fund Budget Number 4350 to appropriate $1,393,158 in additional contract payments to the T Bayou wastewater treatment plant and to recognize additional revenue of $903,158 from grant from Water Sector Commission, $240,000 match from the City of New Iberia, and $250,000 match from Iberia Parish, with same to be funded from general fund previous years.
I have a motion by Councilman Gaston. I need a second. I got a second by Councilman Napier. Mr. Gaston, you have the floor.
Brad, you want to step up for 1 second? Yes, sir. Number one, most of us who have been here a little while have always noticed or notified this plant as the Cotton Street plant. Were y'all coming up with this Bayou Tesh Waterwork Treatment Facility?
Teat Bayou Wastewater Treatment Plant.
I mean, we've always known it as the Cotton Street. So when you come back, I was going to vote against this because this didn't exist. Brad, let me ask you this.
Yes, sir.
How much money do we have left that has not been utilized on additional funds from water sector? Is this it for water sector for sewer?
No, sir. We do have the subdivision project, and I have 1.81 million allocated to that, and another 204,000 in contingency for the subdivisions.
Okay, so let me ask you this: at the point once the subdivision comes up and these contingencies go away, once all the punch listings is done, what happens with that additional dollars that's left in there with water sector?
It goes back to the state, and then eventually back to
So you're making
feds.
sure that everything we get, all of our stuff in there, and that's the reason why I'm asking, because I know some other municipalities or parish governments have really underestimated what they were gonna spend and had some money left over, and once that project was done, it went back to Baton Rouge.
So the reason that I have the 204,000 in contingencies for the last project is that we have line items that we could actually add on to the project. For example, additional gravity sewer line, right? So I have a larger picture for the subdivisions. Our base bid is going to qualify us to take care of all that money, and then I have contingency to cover the base bid. And if by some chance we have a little bit extra, I can spend more to utilize all the funding, if that makes sense.
In the water sector project, you're limited on what you can do. It's just for rehabilitation, right?
Absolutely.
It's not for extension or expansion, right?
Absolutely.
So let me ask you this: when you're doing these things, are y'all at the sewer board still looking at future growth when we're talking about bringing these other people online? And the reason I'm asking is, let's say these lines that are already laid down, can we utilize some of that money that contingency is left over to put traces in the lines that we already have that we may not have traces in?
Those are in the project, yes, sir.
For the project now that
Correct.
you're going to do. But I'm saying some of the stuff that we've laid already that doesn't have traces, can that fit within the sector's project? Just the generalized area where you're doing it.
Potentially.
I know I'm putting you on the spot on this.
So,
I don't want to give the state no more money back.
No, we're not. So my objective with the remaining money that we have for these projects is that I think very often it gets very easy to band-aid certain problems you have, and what I would rather do is utilize the money in one specific area and fix it, correct it, and by doing that, I can use the contingencies in other areas for extensions that could connect.
And let me ask you my last question, and I'll let you go. I know everybody wants to go home tonight.
No.
But over the last, how many years have you been in sewer district? About 4 now?
Almost six, actually.
So within the 6 years, the capacity that's going to Cotton Street, has that been reduced over the years for rerouting the lines?
Yes, it has.
Okay. So we as a governing body need to pay attention to that because we are heavily putting a lot of money. We rehabilitated the levee system that we had there, even though we shared it with the city. At some point, we're going to have some negotiations over what's the capacity that's going there. Because listen, even though they're paying half of the expenses, there's a whole other side to this that we could get screwed over. So I'm just throwing that out there.
And if I made it, I won't keep you long. But so can't promise you that. So when I first took over as director, the way that the money breaks down for how we pay for this particular plant is based upon previous year volume of flow, broken down on what comes from the city and the parish. we were always on the negative side, where it would be 54% flow from the sewer district and 46% flow from the city. With the money that we put into our systems, it's flipped. So now it's 46% from the sewer district, 54% from the city, which means it's less overhead for the parish. That's what this money does.
Brad, awesome job.
Thank you. Thank you.
Mr. Napier, you have the floor. Give it a second.
No, I'm good. Thank you, sir.
Seeing no further comments, please vote your machines on item number 6. That motion passes unanimously. I need a
Thank you.
motion to, adjourn. Yeah, I was looking for 7. Adjourn. I got a motion by Mr. Pollard, a second by Mr. Broussard. Please vote your machines on adjournment. Got said, Mr. Napier. Adjourn.
All right, I'll call the Public Health and Safety Committee meeting to order. The date, Public Works Committee, I'm reading the wrong one, sorry. Date is April 9th, 2025. The time is 8:23. Item number 1 by Scott Rossini, District 9, discuss and consider a resolution authorizing the Public Works Department to replace the Children's at Play sign in the Kyle Landry subdivision. I have a motion by Mr. Rossini, a second by Mr. Broussard. Mr. Rossini?
I got a phone call, and this is Kyle Landry, which used to be my buddy's district also. And the signs that were put in years ago they're telling me by the parish. I can't confirm that and whatnot. And they're either dirty, need to be rehabilitated, whatever. But they asked to put some. So I don't know where we stand on putting kid at play signs, and maybe I can yield to you.
Sure. Yeah, there's no evidence that those are effective. It's a warning sign that's not enforceable. There's just, if you look at Department of Transportation information across multiple states, it's just the same. It can be interpreted to suggest that it's actually okay to play near the street. It's another item that's in the right of way next to the road, and it has there's no evidence. These have been out for years and years and years, and there's no evidence that they're effective. So you're essentially giving people a false sense of security. There's a little bit of a twist if you're talking about like a school for the blind in Lafayette, for example, blind crossing or a warning sign for that. That's a specific hazard that's not everywhere. If you have a child at play sign, there could be a child in any house along any road. So it's not really warning you of a specific threat. And let's not even talk about if it's a public purpose or if it benefits just the private individual.
Yeah, I'm fine. I needed to ask. This is the second person that asked for it. And I do know from my past life, I'll call it that.
Past life?
No, meaning my work life. I may have had one, I don't know. But anyway, we actually did some training, and we made people go walk around and then come back and tell me the last 5 signs you saw. And not one person can ever tell you the last 5 signs they passed. So.
And just while we're talking about signs, also no dumping signs have not proven to be effective in Iberia Parish either. Just want to put that out for the public.
Thank you.
All right, Mr. Broussard?
I'll wait.
Wait, the floor's not clear. Mr. Napier?
Okay, so Ian, I just need to ask because I need to ask, and I've been asked, as Brock knows, several times in the Belcaline subdivision. This guy has a autistic child, and he wants an autistic child at play, or autistic child in area. But I told him, I said, look, I know Andy used to tell us, hey, when it's about I mean, are we still at, don't come asking to put sign here or those type of signs? How we progress? Because I
Correct.
could put one on here
All
too
right.
to put a sign like that up, but I don't because I know what Andy always told us, no.
Well, yeah, and in this I agree with Andy. If we're talking about autistic child at play, it's kind of like in between. Well, one, it's a warning sign, but you never know. You don't even know the residence that it's going to be
Exactly.
at. If you're traveling at 60 miles an hour or 55 or even 35, by the time you see that sign, you're 5 houses down.
Pass it.
So this is another sign that's not necessarily going to be effective.
I agree.
And that's just less dollars for the travel fund, really.
For the travel fund. Hey, I like that one. All right.
That's not Ian.
God darn, Ian.
Are you done, Mr. Napier?
Well, Ian, thank you for that. So, okay.
Mr. Pellerin?
You finished? Yeah. So while we're on the subject, the guy that Brian talking about came to my shop last week or whatever, and we had another one on in Cayman's district now. So let me ask you this, Ian. Some of these neighborhoods are HOAs. Would it be okay for the HOA to put the sign up?
I would have to check. So if you have a private road, we're not putting signs up on a private road. Yeah,
But the
so
HOA
HOAs are not always private. It's just gonna depend.
I think anybody can
at-
put a sign on private property.
Yeah, at
They
the-
cannot put it on public property, but they can put it on private property. They
At
put
the
it on
end of
their
the
property
day,
outside of the right
at the end of the day, I'm not gonna recommend to y'all to put up a sign that doesn't work. So if there's evidence that show that these signs work, please refer it to me, because that would be on the other side. All I'm seeing when I'm doing my research is that these signs don't work.
And I agree with you. It's more of a peace of mind for somebody than being effective, making somebody stop or slow down or whatever. I completely agree with you. But I was just trying to see if we had another avenue, go through your HOA and put it up, Are you back?
No more signs.
I think the moral of the story is that individuals can put signs in their own yards that's not paid by the parish or on parish property. Mr. Rossini?
I'll make a motion to delete.
Second.
I have a motion by Mr. Rossini to delete, a second by Mr. Napier. Roll call. That motion carries. Item number 2 by Brock Pellerin, District 10, discuss and consider an ordinance amending Chapter 20 of the compiled ordinances to establish a speed limit on Earl B. Wilson Road at 35 miles per hour, District 10. I have a motion by Mr. Pellerin, a second by Mr. Broussard. Mr. Pellerin?
Yeah, this is probably another one of those signs that's not effective, but this is one of those. This is one of those roads at the port that never did have a speed limit on it, and they reached out to see if we can get a speed limit sign put on it. I'm done.
Speed limit established and a speed
Yes.
sign?
Yeah, you can't just go put one at the, you can't set that speed limit, huh?
We just did one.
We did.
We just did
Yeah.
one at the port.
You can. So the only thing you may want to consider is the shape of the road. If it's in extremely poor condition, then you would need to see if 35 is the right speed. But I know that 70 is probably not the right speed, so we need something on the books so that it can be enforced.
I think this was in the general area of all the roads there that had speed limits already.
Are you done?
Ms. Carey did speak to the
Public Works Department. I did speak with Public Works, and they did GPS of the area, and it did establish that the area was rated at a 35 mile per hour speed limit. So that's where the 35 mile per hour comes from.
So that was Public Works recommendation?
Yes.
You waive?
Should we do
Mr. Broussard?
No, I was gonna ask about whether we establish a 35. It sounds like they've done some homework on it. I'm good. I don't have any other questions.
Seeing no other oh, sorry, Mr. Richard?
If Public Works came up with a speed limit per se, that's great, but I think we all need to realize, I don't think we have anyone at Public Works that's certified that can actually come up with this type of information to say a speed limit should be 25, 35, 45, 55. The council want to use that, use it, but at the end of the day, I don't know, we barely have people certified to do traffic control. Let's to go out and say you're gonna do some type of traffic study to come up with a speed limit. I know what she said, I heard her.
I wanna hear it.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I received a phone call from Public Works, advising that there was no speed limit signs on Earl B. Wilson Road. They said that they had done a GPS, drive-through, and it registered at 35 miles per hour. That's where the 35 miles per hour came from. So that's what they recommended because of the GPS, but whatever the council would like to set the speed limit at, that.
Was that Jean by chance?
No, it was, I think it was Jeanette.
The email is in our packet. I don't remember who the email was
I
from.
don't remember exactly.
Did he talk to somebody?
They may have.
No, you had removed it and went to Brock.
Yeah, and I'm just reiterating that we did one maybe 2 months ago in the same area, and it was approved.
We're gonna give them the ticket.
Yes.
We're gonna give them the ticket of the speed.
Wait, but
Huh?
wasn't it conflicted? One side was 35 and the other side was
That was Crochet
That's
Road.
Crochet. No,
That's the one you're referring to?
No, we just did a road at the port
So you feel comfortable with that?
Yeah, okay.
a month and a half ago.
Let's just clarify something. This is not a road where we're arbitrarily setting a number. This is a road where we have traffic that is going too fast because there is not an established speed limit. The 35 is coming from all of the roads in that area, and it's at the request of the port, which is the most knowledgeable of that area.
Right,
It's their
right.
backyard.
Right.
So rather than have no speed limit and 55, 60,
Deborah.
we're taking some action to make it safer, and if we have to adjust that action in the future, we can.
Yeah.
And
Go for it.
and we do have the authority to set speed limits on parish roads, correct?
Correct.
Okay. I have no other requests for comments, so we will call for the vote.
It's okay.
We're moving forward.
It's good. We're all right.
That motion carries. Item number 3 by Marcus Broussard, District 3, discuss and consider a resolution authorizing the Iberia Parish Public Works Department to remove the stop signs on Almondale at the Airport Boulevard intersection. I have a motion by Mr. Broussard, a second by Mr. Michael Landry. Mr. Broussard?
Yeah, y'all adding signs, I'm maybe moving some out. So Airport Boulevard, cross-section with Admiral Doyle, has a four-way stop. There is no traffic coming on Airport Boulevard, but yet Admiral Doyle is, people are, driving the direction toward 88 and back in. Yeah, Airport Boulevard's closed, as everybody knows, and it's a four-way stop currently. There is no traffic on Airport Boulevard, so another way of helping the people that are going in and out of that to maintain consistent traffic. Several people called about it, several business owners, several people that travel. Hey, is there a way we can remove those stop signs? I made calls to AVEX on the other side of Airport Boulevard to see if they use, they have folks that come in and out. They leave at 3 o'clock, and the recommendation from them is they really don't use that road at all. So all I'm asking for is, if it's good with you guys, is to remove the stop signs on Admiral Doyle that stops it, and then keep it goes from a four-way to a two-way. Airport Boulevard will still have their traffic.
Yeah.
Admiral Doyle continues on without
that makes
restriction or flow. to me, it's a minor thing to help, traffic flow better. So, again, a couple of residents and a couple of business owners, at least y'all could do that for now until we get Airport Boulevard hopefully fixed soon, and then we can either put some new four-ways or whatever, put them back up. So, and that may take years. So, that's all it is.
You wave?
Yeah, that's it. Hope everybody supports it.
Mr. Michael Landry?
I concur. On everything.
You wave?
Wave.
Mr. Rossini?
The only thing, there's probably a rule, if you remove stop signs, you probably have to put signage saying you, 'cause the reason I say that, when we talked about the Crochet Road, I wanna say you need like 30 or 45 days.
You have to make the people aware that you're gonna remove them.
You have to, and also the Cali High, we had to do that for like 45 days or something. Don't quote me on that 45 days.
You're gonna have to make the people aware that you're gonna remove
Yes.
the signs.
Yeah, even a speed limit. You're supposed to
Typically, you
put a
put a-
sign, because the sheriff can't write a ticket for 45 days, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
Even
that's
though they
something Ian
speed.
might need to check into, but typically you would have a message board or something saying that this is
Yeah.
gonna be removed on
That
such
way,
and such a date.
we just can't go pull a stop sign. That's all I'm getting at. That's it, thank you.
This is committed, so Ian can have something maybe for the next meeting, huh?
Sure.
Mr. Trahan?
Good job, Ian.
Yeah, I just have a question, I guess more for Mr. Rishaw, being he's a kind of expert in that. Is that any, I know we talked about possibly opening that road back up across the tracks recently, you and I, at Capitol. If we was to pull it out, how hard would it be to put it back in once that road's open?
I don't think it would be hard to put it back in. I would have a bigger concern than that. And this is not saying don't do it, but my concern would be when you're traveling from Highway 88, you really don't have anywhere until you get to railroad tracks. It's just going. At the beginning, people, I would assume, is gonna realize that they've been stopping there for the last 50 years or whatever the case is, so they may go slow, but you're really gonna have to come up with some speed limits now on that particular road, because you're gonna go from 88 all the way through a Greco and everything else until you get to the traffic, to the railroad track, before you start to slow down. But that's the council.
Stop signs don't regulate speed.
No, but stop signs make you stop.
For some people.
For some people, yeah.
Mr. Trahan, you're, wait.
I mean, so.
I would, Mr. Broussard, I just have a question for you. You are asking to remove the stop signs on Alamo Doyle. Do you want to offer a substitute to change the ones on Airport Boulevard to not be four-way stop signs and just be regular stop signs? And you don't want those to still say that they're four-way?
Yeah, you don't wanna have it four-way, right?
That's correct. We're turning it from a four-way to a two-way. So whatever, I'm not sure the range. Oh, I got you, yeah.
Right, so you don't want that to be those saying four-way and then no other ones?
Yeah.
So regular stop signs on Airport Boulevard and none on Alamo Doyle?
So I can change that on here or no?
Oh, I think you have to offer that substitute.
We could figure that out when we get to the next council
Mr.
meeting.
Gasha says ready to go, although he was very talkative this
Talking
evening.
about 4 ways and 2 ways. I mean, Public Works is pretty smart at what they do.
We don't even do that?
Good.
Roll call.
Yeah.
I like the debate adjournment.
Whoop. Got it?
That motion carries. Need a motion to adjourn. Have a motion by Mr. Broussard, a second by Mr. Pollard. Roll call.
Privilege.
Come on.
Okay.
Let's go.
I voted. Make sure you vote,
Marcus,
Laura.
vote. Motion carries. We're adjourned.